The problem with living in a dictatorship is it requires massive upper body strength. Hey, if you ever seen this on repeat, they do it for like an hour. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with Mobile Suit Gundam. Now, for anyone new who's just clicking on this because they saw a movie, this is part of our continued series of watching Mobile Suit Gundam, the Universal Century timeline, which is to say that we've seen Origin. We just finished the entire Mobile Suit Gundam 1979 show, and now we're working our way into the movies. So, if you expect us to know absolutely nothing, well, Lessons already ruined that metric a long time ago. But, those are the things that we saw. In addition, I actually have thoughts that we usually talk about, because we are literally just coming off the end of the show. So it'd be really weird not to talk about the show. And I feel like it would be even more difficult for me to not discuss it or wait to discuss it until we finish the movies, because then those will be different thoughts. Like the differences between the movies and the show. So I'm just bringing this up ahead of time for you new people. Otherwise, I mean, did you have anything else you wanted to say before we get into this?
Oh, this is for that guy in the back right there. Yeah, you. Pay attention.
Or don't. Skip ahead. There's chapters. You can
We're
timeline
not in
this.
school anymore. I've been watching too many anime school-based rom-coms, so yeah.
I legit thought you were about to say Schoolhouse Rock.
I haven't seen that in years, by the way.
Junction, what's your function? It's not even the one I remember mostly. Anyway, first things first, I do have the board.
With the final tallies, I guess.
Well, no. I was thinking of like
for the
remake.
series.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, tallies implies that I've done like a death count or something, which I haven't. Because I was actually, my first thought was maybe I should remake the board again for the third time. Because every time I look at it, it's like, oh, I hate how I've made a giant pillar of this thing, and then maybe I should actually widen it out. That way there's more room for the lines to spread, easier to read. I can do the whole thing that I've done with Gundam Seed, which is to say more connectedness, less visual filler. And that way also when we do other shows that take place in 0079, that era, I can spread them out across the width instead of just going up and down like we do with Macross. Anyway.
Talking about the original series, I started watching the series but abridged. So, you know.
Yeah, you linked that in the Discord, which is also linked below in the doobly-doo. If you want to see what he's talking about there. I did not click it. I mean, I thought to, but I have also just been really tired lately, so I haven't really. Anyway, board change log, which is a thing I do now. Although I did some of these, I did some of these before I started doing the board change log, so hopefully they're all on here. I added Asakura and Twanning, connected Asakura to Giranzabi with a green line, changed the green line connecting Lala Soon and Char Asnabal to purple, because clearly that was a thing. Added a purple arrow from Hayato to Fra, and marked dead Lala Soon, Mulligan, Degwin Zabi, Johan Abram Revel, Giran Zabi, Twanning, and Kaisilia Zabi.
Yeah. We got a rocket to the face.
Mm-hmm.
But to the head, really.
I got a note about that.
Yeah, that was pretty savage. Not only did she get her head rip off, but then there was the explosion of the rocket and the blowing up of the ship. So if you had any idea that she might have survived...
No, I mean, yeah, wait for UC-159, where she comes back as Cyborg Kaisilia. I mean, to be fair, I don't have a note about this, but it was a thought that I had while I was taking my notes. She never would have gotten away to begin with. Literally, her ship goes up like a foot off the ground. Every ship in the area converges on it to blow it up. So literally, if Char hadn't have killed her, she wouldn't have gotten away.
I mean, they would have tried to capture her at least, maybe.
No, we have evidence that wouldn't have happened. because her ship gets a foot off the ground, they all target it to kill her. The ship doesn't blow up because of the rocket. The ship blows up because of all the Federation fire that comes down on it. That's what I'm saying. She would not have survived. Char could have done nothing. Kycelia would have died.
Yeah, but I think it was personal in this case. It's like,
Well,
I made a
technically, no,
promise.
it's a conflict now because he has a whole I'll wait for my note. I have the note that literally says it all out. But do you
It's
have
pretty
anything to
lengthy,
say about the board before we leave the board behind to maybe
No,
eventually get redone?
everything seems to check out. You know, all the dead people are very much dead. Rebel. And then all Zeons are also dead.
No, not all the Zeons. In fact,
mean, all
some
the
of the
Zeons
ones that
and-
you think are dead, I put question marks on.
Yeah.
Like the dude who got thrown out of the at a
Mhm.
white base by an explosion, which he was alive for when he fell out. Plus, we saw Amuro get thrown by an explosion and was fine.
He survived.
Yeah. Hashtag not all explosions.
I hope Tamura survives.
Who?
We don't see him. The cook.
Oh, yeah, well, I have to think that he is because of well, I don't have a note about it, and now I don't remember exactly what the line was. They say something specifically when they're all on the little escape ships.
Yeah, in the shuttles.
Yeah, they basically say something like, everyone's accounted for except for Amuro. So, I have to assume he's alive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because, I mean, the problem is that the camera, the air quotes here, camera, is at such a distance that everyone has generic face from a distance and in helmet. So it's like, ooh, I wonder if Job John's alive. No telling, but everyone's accounted for except for Amuro. I'd assume the only people at risk of being dead would be like Job John, people in the engineering section when the engines exploded.
Yeah. With everything else in the white base.
Well, no, that comes later. I'm talking about the people in immediacy that would have no idea what was coming. Because once you crashed, and once you crash, you do the ship lockdown, and now everyone get guns. I think those are the people that would see it coming, versus the engine exploding is the thing that causes White Base to crash. Those people wouldn't have seen it coming. So that was Well, no. There's the initial shot from ship to ship fire that causes it to crash, and then there's the people on Abo Quo. I don't know how you say it. That see the white base crash, and then they come out and they shoot another engine. There's two different engine explosions, but I think the initial one is the first one that nobody would have any fucking idea. So anybody in engineering, and we know Job Johns tends to be in engineering, that or, the explosions guy who never deals with explosions. Omar, forgot his name for a second. So yeah, any other commentary about the board?
Nope.
All right. I have a rather eclectic list of notes that may not even, in fact, cover everything. In Degwin's remembering of his conversation with Giran, I feel like it is much more implicit that Giran is begging his father for a chance to fight rather than to surrender. Degwin is finally putting his foot down, of course leading to what happens to him, which I guess goes to show what would have happened to him sooner had he tried to control his kids in the first place.
So he never really had any power to begin with.
Well, he did, which is why he had to be killed, right? If he was going to go against his kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that there was no greater opportunity than now to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? He wasn't always at the barrel of a gun like he was here at the end. I would argue that if he put his foot down back when he was like in I can't remember the name of the city. I'm going to say back on Munzo because I can't remember the name of the capital city of Zeon.
Yeah.
It would have been harder to kill him there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he could have gotten away with more of the authority that he should have had to begin with.
Yeah. Oops.
Rebel's fleet is said to be ignoring Granada, meaning that as far as we know, as of December 31st, 0079, Zeon still holds Side 3 and Granada. We know that Zeon took Von Braun back in January 3rd, but I cannot recall ever hearing about its liberation. So it's either liberated and not mentioned, still under Zeon control, and not mentioned, or Mobile Suit Gundam hasn't written it into existence yet, and it will address Von Braun's fate in a future show.
I think it's the last one, but I'm not really sure.
Like I was saying, I don't remember. So I have to think it doesn't exist yet, even though it existed in Origin, but Origin comes after release order. And I don't know if I said this to the people who might not be listening to this anymore, who skipped ahead just to watch the movie, that we're watching in chronological order. So that's why we did Origin. Keep your arguments about chronology and alternate universes to yourself. Or don't, in fact. Argue all you want in the comment section. It's interaction. It helps the algorithm.
It's a free fire zone.
Kycelia acknowledging that Char is Castfall really didn't change anything for me. Since I've said that since Origin, that I thought she knew the whole time anyways. She says that she was tipped off when Char wanted Lala sent to the Flanagan Institute. Considering that Char has known Lala since before the start of the war, but only 4 to 5 years after he left Side 3, the difference to how I considered everything is basically negligible.
I mean, it could have been tip-off that he was on Earth because she could have found out that Lala was an Earth citizen, but that's... I don't know exactly how that was a tip-off. That's the thing. Because it means that she had to know through Lala, or someone who knew Lala, as at least one of his aliases that wasn't Char. But he was using the Castfall, not the Castfall, the other alias, which she knew about because of Origins. We know she knew about that. So that's how she put two and two together?
Well, she knew Castfall to Edward.
Edward.
Right, and then it would be the Edward to Char thing that would have thrown her because she would have thought she already gotten Char. So, knowing there's a guy that looks just like Castfall that you knew as Edward, because Edward looked just like Char out there, might give you some suspicion. Plus, you're already eyeballing him because of the whole Garma thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you are, because there's this word that, hey, who's responsible for Garma's death? That guy. Oh, well, I mean, even before that, who's the guy who propositioned Garma to do the whole Dawn Rebellion thing? That guy.
The thing.
I know. That's why I was trying to interrupt you, because you were going to give the reveal away before I could get there. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I thought she knew the entire time, because, she's fucking Kycelia. So, to me, this is all negligible when she knew, because there's no action that takes place in the story that mattered to the time.
Yeah, I suppose so. But also that she knew that his plan all along was to kill the Sabi family.
Well, I mean, by that time, how many zombies were left, right? Because, I mean, at that time, it's basically, well, you have an antagonism against me, and I bullied you as a child, so...
Yeah.
The conversation with Bright about what new types are is kind of funny, in that it considers that new types are not psychics, but that psychics might also be a thing. Mobile Suit Gundam is putting all its ideas on the board right at the end to see what sticks.
Pretty much so. I think I said this very early, is that one of the things about the ending of Gundam is that they just start throwing this stuff on the wall. It's like, oh, new types, did this, did that. It's like, wow. I mean, again, if it had been introduced a little bit earlier, they would have had more time to develop it. But as it is, it's like, oh, well, we have new types now. We talk about eSpers, but that was a thing. And learning computers, but we're not worried about it anymore. So,
well, I mean, we used it, though.
Yeah.
We used the learning computer right at the very end.
Did we?
Yeah. When the Gundam goes walking off by itself, he's like, oh, I know Char's around here. Jumps out of the cockpit. Gundam goes walking along. It's like, well, maybe they're walking along straight forwards. That'd be autopilot. But no, the Gundam then pulls a gun and shoots the guy. It's like, that's not autopilot.
Yeah, no, that's
got to be a learning computer.
Yeah. It learned one thing, kill Char.
But should have learned how to fight a Zaku. It's the only thing we've seen Amuro using it for, trying to keep it up to date with. So Lala demands Char wear a spacesuit whenever he goes out in a mobile suit from now on, and he says he will if she wishes it. Then, 5 minutes later, when everyone's getting a new type flash, there's Char in his cockpit no spacesuit on.
But that's how he rolls. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
That's
that's how Char rolls, making promises and then fucking off with them.
Yeah, well, yeah. He promised to kill the zombies. I only managed to kill 2 of them.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that counts when you break a promise to yourself.
Promise is a promise.
Yeah, but it only matters if you care who you're making it to.
Yeah. So he cares very little about himself. Yeah.
Or Lala, I guess. Because, I mean, the idea that Char, not a note, but Char shouldn't be angry with Amuro. He fucking killed Lala. What are you talking about? Be pissed at the guy. The end of the series has to be especially hard on the kids. Even if you consider this to be a Federation victory, the White Base is not only the only home that they had, but the only home that they really wanted. They cried to go back there before, and now they've got nothing. I mean, thank God Fra survived, because God forbid what would have happened to them without her.
Yeah, I think I don't know if a future installments, either manga or anime or anything, or light novels, talks about Fra and the kids, but I can't see her just like, oh, the war's over. Well, see you later, kids,
Yeah, well, I also can't imagine them not, like, making money off of the 3 kids not having their own side stories, right? This might not be like American cartoon media where we don't let anything go if we can milk this like the Happy Days franchise, but I can't see there not being like a manga about these 3 kids.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen a general model or a ball pilot? GMs and balls started showing up en masse near the end of the show, but I can't recall a single pilot of either showing up on screen. I mean, maybe a couple of screaming faces that Dozel killed, but never anyone outside of a mobile weapon. I guess also implying Federation ejection technology is on par with Xeon's.
Or, I mean, I think it's more of a anime, a shortcut, right? If you don't have to show people in them, because you only need to have them en masse and have all these battles, then sure.
I very specifically always remember G.I. Joe, where that's how they proved that it wasn't a bloody show, is that, everybody ejects. Nobody ever dies.
No, we do see pilots and GMs when they attack. Not the first base, not Baku.
That's what I literally mentioned that in my comment.
Yeah.
I said screaming faces when Dozel kills them, because that's where he kills them. That's only, again, I said we never see them outside of the mobile weapons, because I think you consider a ball a mobile weapon, not a mobile suit.
No, it's not a mobile weapon.
Yeah. I think the only time we ever saw anybody in them was literally when one of them is screaming as Dozel kills it. Because that might not be right either, because it might just be over the radio. Because I'm pretty sure Amuro is rounding a corner and he hears someone screaming over the radio. I don't implicitly remember if we see them or not.
No, I think there's a guy who's like, he gets in because he's in the corridor and he's looking around. And then when he turns around, this giant thing, he starts shooting at it, and the guy just gets obliterated. And then Amuro comes after, because there's one guy and then a ball. There's a GM and a ball, and I think the ball gets destroyed first. And he's like, "What the hell?" And he shoots a Saku, and then it's like, "Oh man, we got to keep going on." And then
I mean, I guess for against future protection here, I know that we both know at least one ball pilot in the show, not in this show.
No. But
we do know one ball pilot. I'm just saying here, like, not one of them. We've seen all these Xeon mooks throughout the show. Even one during the battle who screams for his mom, right? Because we know that these are also just recruits. So
yeah, they're kids basically.
Well, I mean, at the end of the war, they don't all have to be kids to be recruits.
No, true enough. I mean, it could be. Well, I think they say it's like they are cadets and recruits, and I think there's a statement about young people and old men or something like that.
I think we just said that because we're pulling on historical shit, but I don't think they mention it at all. I just think they say recruits. Anyway, it's kind of funny that Lala points out that Amuro has no one in his heart and no homeland that he cares about. On one level, guess any shippers out there trying to push Amuro towards Sayla or Fra had to swallow that pill, that Amuro doesn't care about either of them. Also guess that Amuro never really picked up on the patriotism, since he's not fighting for the homeland. I found it funny, though, since in Seed, Kira's argument to fight and not going back with Atherin is that he has things to protect and a place to go back to.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
Well, I mean, Lala would
because
know. She's in his head.
I guess so. But at the same time, I think Amuro, although it's not explicitly stated, I think he's fighting for the people on White Base, right?
But he's got no one in his heart.
Mm.
I mean, he's a psychopath. I mean, I don't care about these people, but I won't get fed if they're dead.
Okay. That's one way to interpret it.
I mean, like you said, if you got no one in his heart.
I think he has no one. I mean, that I could be like he has not fallen in love with somebody. He doesn't have a.
I mean, you could argue that maybe he was falling in love with Lala.
Yeah.
I really thought that's what was going on there for a second, but then
the whole romance thing at the very end with Lala and Char and Amuro, and then Char says, "Oh, by the way, you're my sister. Why do you hook up with my mortal enemy? You do that." And
he doesn't really say that. I mean, that's one way that you read it. He doesn't. He implies something about going with Amuro, which could also be read as, "Hey, get off the base, go with Amuro."
Yeah.
Char's double-bladed beam saber had a golden hilt, which I think matters only if we remember back to that gold mobile armor that blocked beam shots. Char's saber hilt actually blocked the Gundam's beam saber, which has torn through everything so far.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Although I think there's being blade to blade, like, I don't know if you have at the beam saber block like heat access, at least or he always uses the shield to block those. I'm not.
The heat axes don't count, and if you're counting blocking by shield, the shield gets cut up by everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, in this case, it's the only thing I've seen so far that's blocked a beam saber, other than another beam saber, which I'm not counting.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it, I think, the most powerful weapon we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The Lala death scene just goes wild with the conversation. The episode starts with Bright talking about how new types aren't psychics. Out of the blue, Amuro says to Lala that new types will at some point be able to control time, and she says that she can see time herself, as though that had anything to do with anything that had been happening. Insanity. Hot take, though. Lala's death created the Gundam multiverse. It's when she says she can see time itself, we get a shot of infinite Earths. Not Earths of different times, but the way you'd show them when describing the multiverse. Otherwise, I think she's seeing a future. This is where we see the space with that little landscape thing and the two people ring. I think she's seeing a future where Amuro and a woman are living in some fields near a mountain, and they'll have a kid together. The space baby joke that we were making. I think that they're going to have a kid together, whoever Amuro winds up with. That's my interpretation of the vision. If true, then that means Amuro might have seen his own future, because it seems like he was having that vision with her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that just the animators were tripping on acid, and that's what we got, basically.
Well, the thing is that this is the first show, though. Which means that no matter what the animators might have been doing, anyone in the future has to take this and work with it. So,
or just ignore it.
Well, I mean, they could, but I don't think they did. Like I said, I think Lala's death created the multiverse.
Wow.
Well, think about it. She can see time. And Amuro says that we should be able to control time.
Well, as far as I know, there's no evidence that there was any event that split the different timelines.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that this is like multiversal theory, which is to say, I raise my right hand and another me is raising his left hand right now. Which one of us is the cause of it? Am I doing this because I'm doing it, or is it because left-handed me did this? That's also like the macro scale. There's also every atom doing a thing creates a new multiverse. But, the idea of that she literally created the multiverse, not like as a result of her death, a thing happened and now time changed, and that Gundam Wing has the same story up until Lala died. No, I'm just mean that literally, I think she is a super mega psychic Esper, whatever, and she created the multiverse.
Hey,
She's
sure.
literally a Force ghost right now. What other character fucking does that? So, I mean, I think she literally ascended into godhood and became a god.
That's sure. Why not?
I mean, look, we don't do anything with it as far as I know. That's what you said before. So, I think in this acid trip of a vision that we're getting, that's just what it is. Because obviously they don't do anything with like alternate universes until like G Gundam, which was 20 years.
Yeah, G Gundam I think was the first. G Gundam and then followed by Wing. I think.
Sorry, G Gundam hits America in 20 years. I don't know actually how long from here G Gundam is made. Maybe 15, 10? Was it?
It's in 90s. I think G Gundam is in the 1990s. Definitely. Let's check.
Yeah, so that's my thing. Is I remember when G Gundam hit like Toonami. I don't remember when it was
1994.
Released.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Yeah.
Okay, so like 13 years then.
Yeah.
Or 14. Sorry. So yeah. So they didn't do anything with it clearly, but anyway, that's my hot take. Lala created the multiverse. I guess it goes to show that Kycelia was actually loyal to her father the entire time. That her words in Origin weren't just for show. Still, I think Degwin was afraid of her ever since what she did to Sasro. I still think back to his reluctance to get into that car alone.
Makes sense. Although in the end, I think she turned out to be somewhat loyal to him, or simply use his name.
Sorry, you must have clearly been doing stuff on the side while I was saying the first half of that, where I said, I guess it goes to show how Kycelia was loyal to her father.
Yeah, well, I was checking on them.
Yeah, I saw you also logged out of the board, so it's like, oh, I know he wasn't listening. Repeating my first sentence back to me. I wonder if Giran could have won the battle had Kycelia not killed him. He seemed to be a rather active participant in coordinating forces, actively designating combat zones and attacking elements, rather than how Kycelia was responding to reports and giving general commands as new info came in. Giran had been prepping for this fight for a number of episodes, after all. It's hard to tell if things were going to his plan, or if he was just being thick-headed to the changing tide of the battle.
I think it's the latter. I think that he was so self-delusional that because there's literally a plan where a new fleet approaches. It's like, oh, there's a new fleet. It's like, that's no worry.
No, actually, he knew about that new fleet ahead of time.
Yeah,
because Kycelia had told him about it, so it was part of his plan. His thing was that's not the same size as the fleet Kycelia told me about. So the issue is that there is an issue across 2 episodes where characters say different information. Like, literally, Giran will say, oh, that's half of their fleet gone. Whereas previously said, this should take care of a third of their fleet. And then Kycelia will say, that isn't even half of their fleet gone. And it's like, I don't think the left hand knows what the right hand's doing anymore. Of course it doesn't. That's also what's at play. But I think Giran was more actively trying to win the fight. Whereas Kycelia spends her time, I think he killed Dad. And then when the fight's going on, we see her more reactionary, whereas Giran was more on top of making sure they reacted to him.
Yeah, but I think also that Giran was exaggerating the numbers. Like, oh, we took half of their fleet. It's like, I don't... All the other... He's the only one who says it. All the other evidence is like only a third. So if he's overestimating the ability of his troops...
Well, there's also the element that they only actively start losing in full once he's dead, which means once he stops taking command of the fight. Additionally, he was stating that they were winning until White Base and its attachment fleet came. Because basically he's saying they're losing all their forces, we have home field advantage, we're winning. And then Kycelia's force comes like, oh, that's not the same number that Kycelia said. Oh, well, we should still be able to hold.
Yeah.
Plus, he still had his super carrier out there.
Which amounted to... It got blown up.
It was doing well while he was alive, and I guess representationally may have been like him in the field sort of thing, because when he dies, it seems.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, there was an active participation level with Giran. He wasn't like being told what the situation was. He was telling them how to change the situation. And then Caecilia is getting, we're losing this, we're losing that. And it's just like, we'll send this there, we'll send that there. There's an active versus reactionary participation level between the two. That is not flow. So like I said, I wonder if he could have controlled the combat to a standstill or a win versus Caecilia's, I'm abandoning ship, surrender 15 minutes after I leave.
Yeah, no, I think that because also we see that Giran seems to be very self-delusional through all of this. Like his father calls him out, like, remember the Hitler ultimately lost most of the most important battle. So yeah, it's like, yeah, even if he were to scratch a win in this battle, I think that the Federation would have come back and attacked again and again.
I know. I'm pretty sure that even Giran would have ended the war the same way that it ended. It's just that Zeon would have had a stronger position at the negotiation table. Because his whole thing was, don't negotiate until they're in a position from which negotiation is the best possible choice. He wanted them, but basically he wanted them on their knees. So he had full authority to do whatever the fuck he wanted. But at this point, he has to realize that not going to get that place again, so I better make them pay as hard as I can here to make the future armistice that much more, so that I can get more out of the negotiations that I could otherwise have.
Either way, I think. I mean, the problem is that it would have been an armistice, but it wouldn't have been an end of the war. Because Giran is too much of a racist, basically.
Oh, no, it would be a Gundam Seed situation. Armistice until we rebuild enough to go again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have no idea why it wouldn't be that anyway. Especially all these people that were raised in the war, who are clearly still going to the military academy. Like, I don't know. I don't see this to be the end.
We know that there's more to the UC century, so of course not technically
the end.
Well,
yeah, but most of the stuff that I'm aware of takes place in the 1 year war, so
yeah,
I can't use the stuff that I know as a basis for trying to guess what happens after this, because everything I know happens concurrently to this.
Right. But yeah, there's more. So
I'm confused by Amuro's words when he's fighting Char. He gets the spark, which should typically inform him of what's going on. He typically recognizes Char at a distance, but this time he starts asking if this is Char. Amuro then states that he's feeling a new type that's stronger than Char and is on Aboako. Never gonna say it right, don't bother. But who is or was it? Edit. He says in the last episode that it's the Zabi leader, implying that Caecilia is a stronger new type than Char. If my theory about Dozel being a new type was right, then it's possible that any of the Zabis could have been. I suppose there is still a chance Minerva could be as well.
But she wasn't on Abaquo. She was on Grenada, yeah.
Just to clarify, are you debating what I've said, or are you just adding information?
No, I'm kind of debating because you said that Amuro detected a stronger.
He says, I'm quoting Amuro. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this is what Amuro says. I'm quoting Amuro.
You're quoting him, but you couldn't put. I know that you're saying that Minerva could be like, oh, but she's in Grenada, so they couldn't have detected her.
That's why I was asking if you're debating me or not. I didn't say Minerva was on Abaquo. I said I suppose there is still a chance Minerva could be a new type as well. Yeah. In that, if Dozel was a new type, because that was a theory, and that Amuro's detecting a stronger new type than Char on the base, and then he later says it's the Zabi leader, which we know has to be Caecilia because Giran's dead, then that implies that the Zabi bloodline has the potential for to be a new type. And Minerva, the daughter of Dozel, who I previously thought to be a new type, then has a chance to also be a new type.
Yeah, this feels like Who's Asylum in the BSG remake.
You know, like the entire basis of the show was to make you guess who Asylon was. Yes, it's like that.
You didn't like it, no.
Well, then you were watching the wrong show, and I don't think you have any place to complain. That's literally the basis of like the first season was who's a Cylon. So you're like playing Clue and you're like, God damn it, I fucking hate mysteries. Not even going into that joke. I'm just saying that you're like, it's like that. You're like, we're playing a game about solving a mystery and you're like, I fucking hate this game.
Well, no, the mystery was that the Silence had a plan.
No, that was the overall of across all seasons. That it turns out they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the aspect of the show is that you're on the ship and you're like, anyone can be a Cylon. Here's Baltar making a fake Cylon detector. We have to figure out who is here. Basically, they're playing Among Us. They're playing Among Us in Battlestar Galactica, and that was the show. Figure out who is a Cylon. So you're like, oh, I'm going to make down clues. I don't know where that guy was when the bomb went off. Could he be it? You know, that was the whole first season. So to not like that aspect of things is like, what were you watching for?
Space battles.
Chicks with cigars, man. It's my thing. Anyway, Amuro blaming Char for getting Lala involved in the war, despite the fact that he's the one that killed her, and went through a manic episode because of it, I guess. I'm calling him manic because he was crying like crazy about how he'd never forget what he'd done. And despite your argument to the contrary, he's in a scene at the end of the episode saying he's fine, and Haru gives him a scan and confirms it. I think he's repressed it so hard that he's blaming everyone but himself. I mean, Char did bring her out here, but what she did of her own volition. She wanted to be with and help Char.
All true. I think it's more of Char is responsible for bringing her out here, and Amuro is responsible for, well, destroying his enemy, basically. She was her enemy. She was the enemy. Whether he wanted to kill her or not, she was the enemy. Even though she did save, what's her name? Blanking out on her name. Char's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else. Just like sister does.
But no, Thala. Yeah.
Or it could have gone with Artesia. Not like she doesn't have multiple names.
Yeah. Thala, Artesia. No, Thala, because it's Thala.
That's more like a Goku Kakarot situation.
Yeah.
Zeon people will call her Artesia, vis-a-vis Jimba, Edward. Also, by the way, I also realized not how you say Edward.
Oh.
It's how it visually looks to me as a word, but God, when I listen to it in English, and they say it in English, it's like, oh, that's not how I say that at all. But I do know people have the name Edward too, so I mean, either way, I will never stop calling him Edward. The pet name we have for each other.
Okay.
Let's see. Amuro's last episode talking to himself, saying, even Char's got to know that the zombie family needs to be brought down, is so out of place that it makes no sense. Nowhere in the entire series has Amuro discussed the politics of anything. If not for that line, I wouldn't suspect he would even know who was in charge of Zeon. I feel like the show needed an earlier episode to cover people's political viewpoints as a base, as they may be. Like episode 3 of Origin with the Osnabal's anti-war sentiments.
Yeah, but I think he wouldn't know who the leadership of Zeon. He's, the family, because they're probably pretty famous, right? And probably were Villa.
Who talks about them?
Aside the narrator, nobody really.
That's what I'm saying. Amuro is a thick-headed teenager with like a primary focus. And it'd be like, I would not look, it's weird. I would say this. I would say Amuro doesn't feel like the kind of kid that would even listen to the news, if not for the fact that Origin used the news channel as a way to give us information. But he wasn't watching it. He was like doing his like research on the Gundam. But I don't know. It just seems like he'd be the one who wouldn't know anything. Like, oh, who are we going? Where are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting today? That sort of thing.
I mean, he didn't even know about the evacuation order. Like they made a joke in a bridge. On the news. Yeah, and there was like literally guys with giant speakers going around, evacuate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like he's the informed type. So him suddenly talking about how the zombies need to be taken down, it's like, I don't know. It's like he's gone from Fred from Scooby-Doo to like Che Guevara. It's like suddenly he's informed about the situation and what people need to do and what the political ramifications are of who's controlling the country. Amuro, we needed an episode where he talked about this.
I was saying in the thing that in a bridge they go so far as to have like skywriting. We even have skywriting in this. Like everybody knows we gotta leave. And
I mean,
like,
that's
okay,
here's the problem is that's dumb. He's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
oh, the guy inside a house should have seen the skywriting.
Yeah.
He had to have been present of mind enough to look out a window first, in which case he would have already,
Oh, he was sitting in front of a window, but he was like heads down, looking at whatever he was
I
doing.
don't know. In my head, I keep going back and forth between the visual differences of Origin and the first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam, where the houses are just completely different. Anyway, I think I mentioned it before, but it seemed to me like the one most likely responsible for poisoning Zeon was Kycelia. So for Char to go on this whole speech about how revenge wasn't his main goal anymore, the only zombie he really killed on his own was likely the zombie most responsible for everything that happened to his family. On top of all the stuff she did directly after Zeon died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
So more likely, the one he rocket launched in the face is probably the one that killed his dad.
Yeah. The question is, did she do it on her own or she do it on her father's orders?
I mean, the show would imply that Degwin did it himself. What I don't think is true at all. It's not to Degwin's character.
Oh, he certainly took advantage of it, though.
Yeah, but why not? Remember, he was literally Zeon's right-hand man. I mean, there's posters that kind of say, I think I said Ramba before when I meant to say Jimba, because obviously I mean to say Jimba now. That Jimba was Zeon's right-hand man, but literally everyone considered Degwin to be the right-hand man. So if you are the right-hand man of the guy who died, why wouldn't you take control and try to further the vision?
Yeah, but he's the one who went from, we're a republic or a representative government, I think there was, to, because there was a council and everything.
Not immediately.
But eventually turns into a principality with him being the
but
leader,
not immediately. It's not like the moment he died, all right, now we're a principality. That was 2 years later. No, not
pretty fast.
4 or 5 years. Sorry, the first episode is in 0068. I think we go to 71 is where they enter the academy.
Yeah. It's already a principality.
So actually, it would be like 9 years.
Yeah.
If he dies in 68, and we know the war starts in January 3rd, which is 79, which is where they declare independence and themselves a principality. Both happens at the same time. According to Origin, anyway, it's the same speech. So yeah, 9 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what speed you have to change a country in. I know it's like a couple of turns in civilization. So 100 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
Revolutions can happen quick.
You said civilization, and I get the that image from Civilization 1 where they would have like whatever kingdom you had, and then they had a road, and you have the citizens like holding signs or whatever, and that's when they had revolution. What it was like, they're marching.
No, I typically think of Civ 5 or 6. So
yeah.
Before Kycelia died, she did mention that there were forces at Granada inside 3 still, so for all the losses the Federation incurred, it might still be a slog to try and completely defeat Zeon. I'd have to think that if the 1-year war does end here, it's either due to a lack of will to continue to fight on Zeon's side, or an armistice from the immense losses on both sides that might lead to an peace. And then, never mind is the giant words I've written here. They just say the armistice thing at the end of the episode. So I'd written out my notes here, like in the middle of the fight, just thinking to myself, how is this going to end? I don't remember them saying anything. And armistice. They say armistice, leading to peace. So I guess my last thing is that, not my last note. I do have one more note, but my last thing in this thing about the armistice is that I guess they've worn themselves both down so far. that if you don't really have the fighting force or the will to invade all of Side 3 or Granada, that you might just hope that they don't have the will to do anything either.
There is a speech, which I've seen in English, but it's from the novelization by Revel himself about how Zeon is exhausted.
Yeah, I know. No, they say that in... No, never mind. I'm thinking of a different speech, I think. Keep going.
Yeah, and it kind of informs a lot of the belief that at least the Federation believes that Zeon doesn't really have the forces for a prolonged war.
No, wait, I'm thinking of the right speech. Are you thinking about the one from Origin, where he says that Zeon's desperate, and that desperation is why they're going to lose?
No, it's another speech. I have it right here, I think.
Well, don't share it, because there might be a possibility that I'll read some of this shit. I've thought about it. I always have the thought about going back to the manga and starting from the beginning, because I know, like, the earliest set manga is about Dr. Minovsky's history. Apparently starting... Well, I'm not going to get into that either. It's the same reason I'm asking you not to read stuff. But
this is from the light novels. Like,
there's possibility that could be audiobooked somewhere, which might be a thing.
I think it's a fan that did it on YouTube and did the reading.
That's what I'm saying. I might do that someday. I always typically listen to something while I'm going to sleep. Sometimes they've been audio novels. So I might get into that. So don't spoil that for me. Even though it's Rebel. Fuck that guy. All right, last thought here. Are Force Ghosts real? I mean, what the hell is that with Lala's voice in Amuro's head long after she died? I mean, at the end, Amuro was really showing off what a Force commander could do with psychic powers. Like, if he had these abilities at the start of the war, he'd have been a far more powerful general than a pilot.
True. But, again, at the end, it's like... And remember, this came out in 1979, 1 year before Empire Strikes Back and 2 years after Star Wars. So there's some influence of Star Wars in this as well.
I mean, to be fair, she's not, like, floating around glowing and talking to him in a physical... Well, because he was going back and remembering her, like, floating off into the space distance.
Yeah.
It's just really weird, and I don't like it.
Trust your feelings, Luke. I mean, Amuro.
I'm sorry, it's that a live person said that.
No, that was a very dead person who said it.
Trust your feelings, you know them to be true. A live person said that.
No, that's I'm talking about when Obi-Wan Force Ghost, basically, or the voice of Obi-Wan is talking to Luke as he's going down the canyon to the canyon run. It's going like, what? Did I hear that right?
The trench?
The trench run, yeah.
I don't think he says trust your feelings. I know, I say don't do this, but I'm a hypocrite. But also, this is like, I easily edit out. This is not Star Wars, not Gundam.
Yeah. Use the Force, Luke.
Yeah, use your Force.
So, I mean, he says a couple of lines.
You can say trust your feelings. There's only one guy. I don't even know how to look this up.
Luke, Obi-Wan, trench run.
Yeah, no, it's just that everything's always like, yeah, words of advice after death. Use the Force, Luke. That's not the whole quote. That's what I'm trying to find. What's the whole fucking quote? Because obviously you're hoping for trust your feelings.
Because I know you're talking about Empire Strikes Back when spoilers for that movie, which is from 1980.
Well, no, I'm just saying the difference between two different quotes. So that I think trust your feelings is a different person.
It's Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back when he's like, I am your father, blah, blah, blah. It's like, trust your feelings, you know them to be true, blah, blah. Yeah.
All right, here, 2-minute clip here. Going down the trench. Use the Force, Luke. Let go. Force strong with the one. Oh, hold on, missed that one. Trust me. I think that's it, because he puts the thing away after that.
Is something wrong with your targeting computer? No, it's fine. They're like, okay, fuck. It better be fine. Unless we're fucked. No, yeah, you switch off your targeting computer, Luke. Yeah.
Now, funny enough, if you Google Star Wars Trust Your Feelings, the trench run also shows up.
And misremember. It must be collective misremembrance. It happens.
But no, I mean, like, the very top, well, the AI In Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, Luke Skywalker trusts his feelings and uses the Force. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Well, here's the thing, though. The quote I'm saying isn't even trust your feelings. It's search your feelings.
Feelings,
later.
yes. Yeah.
I don't know. This has gotten me nowhere.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. Back to Gundam. Like I was saying, it's Gundam, it gets still a lot of influence from Star Wars. You know.
Yeah, but I don't really care.
I mean, that might have been one of the things that led to the old new type trippy thing. You know, we already have Beam Saber, so.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, inspiration only matters to the writer.
Yeah.
I don't really care where you get your inspiration from, so long as the output, is good.
Lala never actually got to wear a uniform, did she?
Yeah, she did.
No, she was wearing a space suit, but not the uniform.
Yeah, but it's a uniform. Don't remember do you not remember the whole Black Tri-Star conversation with Char about the spacesuit being a uniform?
I guess
that was during Origin, where they're chopping him down, whatever the fuck that means. They're mocking him for wearing whatever that red thing. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah. Half cape and all that.
Yeah, because they're wearing their uniforms, which is their spacesuits. Plus what comes to my mind is we saw right near the end of the last episode some guy getting blown down a hallway by an explosion. And I was like, wait a second, because I thought I saw him wearing a black uniform, so he'd be like Supreme Commander level guy got blown down the hallway. And I paused it there throughout the explosion. It's like, no, it's just a normal green Xeon uniform with that crest thing that they've got. Well, anyway, any final thoughts before we get into the first movie?
Ooh.
All right, well, I guess with anything left being nothing, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
If you didn't know this was in Japan, now you know.
Unless you're completely unaware of what mountain that is.
It's not the only extinct volcano in Japan that has a snowy top, by the way. So.
Definitely already a different opening.
The animation doesn't look very different from the original, I guess. Actually, it isn't different from the original.
Well, I don't know that we had that shot before. That was a different shot.
Yeah.
Wait, this is...
Yeah. The sea eagle. Or hawk or whatever. And there's the explosion. Oh, I think this is just a kind of like a clip show, right?
It's the first 13 episodes with changed stuff. Oh, there goes Island Diffish.
This is new and terrifying.
Timmy did so well with that cardboard cutout. I don't imagine the movie is going to have an opening song.
This is also a new shot, I remember,
I thought we were about to pan over to Luna too. No, that is. Okay. The debris threw me off.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
Guess that's supposed to be the Milky Way?
I don't know what we just passed by unless we're doing a full 360 from what seemed to have been side 7. Nope, never mind.
Okay, that was
One of those is slender. One has to be denim. I forgot the third word for pants that they probably used.
Seems some aspects of the animation are a little bit better because that close up of that Saku looked a little better, but then it's mixed with already used footage, so it's kind of weird.
The password was right5.
Stop messing around, dude. It's Slender, right? The one who goes out and was like, "Oh, I need to figure this out. I'm gonna."
No. It's one of the other guys. Slender is the one. Spoiler for you who's watching the movie currently, but Slender is the one who survives this. I think Slender survives because he's not that guy. So he would have to be the first one away. It's this guy.
総長、軍の施設は右上のブロックのようです。出勤時間のはずですが、車が1台行っただけです。人影はありません。
Yeah, the siren tells me that that's not the case.
子供のようです。
アムロ？まだ食べてない。
Moldy food.
That's what I do to my food sometimes. When we're like recording and I have something to eat, try to keep it warm by putting something on top of it still so the heat stays inside.
Oh, yeah. I actually use a plate, but...
Well, I would do that if I had another plate, but usually I head to the plate that the food's on.
Oh, he actually said thank you, Amuro.
このコンピューター組んだら食べるよ。
避難命令聞いてなかったの？
避難命令？あのサイレンそうなのかい？
呆れた。
I mean, it's been a long time since we watched like the first few episodes of the show.
Is that the Concorde? Yeah, that was a Concorde.
See, if this had been Origin, this would be a dark room with like no windows. I don't remember Hayato being with anybody the first time.
No, Hayato was there, yeah.
No, with anyone. There was somebody else in the car. I think Hayato was with him by himself in the first episode. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he's now eating.
But he's eating the first time around.
He's 16 and driving around a car. I guess you know. In the future, 16-year-olds. I guess I had an apprentice license.
16 is the age of majority in Japan.
I think they changed it to 18.
I don't think so.
It's that music again. Very jazzy.
But not jazz, which is why I can stomach it. This is new. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I've got a board with all of the faces. To be fair, right up until the very end, that was pretty true. Except for a guy named McQueeve, whose also name isn't set that way. Who's also named. Fuck me. Yeah, well, him and Edward. Names I'll never say right. I'm confident I'm not going to eat anything messy today. What's that? Sloppy Joes for lunch? Fuck. To be fair, this is 8 months after the start of the war. I'm pretty sure 8th MS Team starts off somewhere near the start of the war. Which would mean that Temray is alluding to Gundam Vietnam, which may be in fact in Vietnam. I'm not actually sure.
I think it's Southeast Asia, so yeah, could be that area.
叩くなら今しかないな。我々は偵察が任務だ。
I just love it that somebody saw a 1979 Gundam and said Tenrai was talking about gorilla children. What show could we make about that?
戦場の戦いで勝って出世したんだ。
Yet will not for the foreseeable future.
おいジン貴様。
Gene, that's the one I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. Could not remember pants called Gene.
こっちのものだ。
Yeah. The thing is that thing with the hand, they never do it again. They actually do the whole rope thing later on. Oh, that guy got fucked.
敵を倒すには早いほどいいってね。
I don't know, would a meteor be better?
爆発だ。
Well, a meteor actually would breach the hole, so it would be worse.
Which is already going to happen anyway, but I mean,
勝手に出てはみんなの迷惑に。
父が軍属です。こんな対比カプセルじゃ持ちません
that means I can breathe in space if there's space beyond this door.
頼んできます。
君やめたまえ。
閉めといてください。 ジオンのザクか。
As opposed to what other version of Zaku? Hey Joaquin, how you doing?
技術士官の手ぶれを探しているんです。どこにいるん
Oh,
ですか
not Joaquin. Ah, I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah. That's by tow missile.
By friendly fire.
Yeah. Well, tow missiles. Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still friendly fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, the guy's name I couldn't remember. William Kemp.
極秘資料。
So long, William Kemp. We literally did not know you.
Gundam.
これは連邦軍の。
Actually, he doesn't say Gundam because he doesn't know.
Tem is the one that says Gundam for the first time, I think. Not for the first time, he says it the best. Where he's like introducing it to everybody. Project code name
連邦軍の
Gundam.
モビルスーツは存在するのだな。はい。お前は撮れるだけの写真を撮って危険になったら引き上げろ。
That's what she said.
どうします？
Well, whoever he was, he'll probably looking for her OnlyFans
私
now.
が出るしかないかもしれん。船をサイドセブンに近づけろ。
Ah, poor Denim. I really hoped he had lasted longer. One of my favorite, like, third tier characters.
基本動作はコンピューターがやってくれるのか。親父が熱中するわけだ。
何をしている
First shot of Kika as well. These guys are shit. Let's, I believe.
フラボは港に
I
上
can't
がれ。
remember the third kid's name.
父さん。
第三リフトがあるだろう。リフトは避難民で。
父さん。
避難民よりガンダムが先だ。ホワイトベースに上げて戦闘準備させるんだ。
父さん。
アムロ、避難しないのか。
父さんは人間よりモビルスーツの方が大切なんですか。
早く出せ。
父さん。
早くホワイトベ
That
ー
was
ス
me
に
saying yes.
ホワイトベース。
入港している戦艦だ。何をしている？エンジンがかかりません。早くホワイトベースへ行け。牽引車を探してくる。
父さん。
I also never really put it together. Project V, remember?
What, save her? Kill them. I guess. Well,
What, an infatuation with Amuro?
I guess so.
No, I'm saying the front of the book is a giant V.
Project B, yeah.
Yeah, Project, yeah. Don't turn around. Uh-oh. Their commissars in town. Uh-oh.
おじいちゃん
Look, it was a sad enough scene the first time I saw it. Also an unfair indication of how hard they would go in the show, in that they didn't go this hard again for a long time.
They certainly went this harder than this in Seed.
Yeah.
And that's Seed Destiny. Yeah.
Well, they do in Seed too.
Yeah. No, but with civilians particularly. Like Kira's family.
So you mean Shin's family?
Shin's family, yeah.
It takes us like 40 episodes to see Kira's family.
走れフラーボー走れ
That's the thing, that Amuro shows that he cares, and then after that is...
いいぞ
Well, it's probably because it's not something he thinks about.
Yeah.
And now he's actively thinking about it. But then it's like repression all the way.
Yeah, by the time he thinks about it again, it's too late.
On numerous fronts. Like,
Yeah.
Hayato's already moving in on that by the time he thinks about it again.
Yeah.
こいつ
Gotta give those kids a dad, I guess.
And the dad is gonna set up a judo dojo and teach them how to fight.
こいつか
Yeah, he just stops talking about that at some point.
すごい
Yeah.
5倍以上のエネルギーゲインがあるやってみるさ こいつだ
Imagine like crawling into an Abrams and all you have is the manual.
Yeah.
急いで早く武器をホワイトベースファーファイター発進できませんかできるわけないだろうサイド側の隔壁を開かなきゃ
Also, all the pilots just died.
党員は全員出たのかはあサイドの中から攻撃とはな
I mean, why would you be surprised when they sent an entire colony?
正面だ
I'm very
destroy
confused
their-
because when we saw the bridge there was a bunch of adult officers.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happens to them.
Yeah.
デニム総長敵のモビルスーツが動き出しました何みんな部品ばかりだと思っていたがいや
I don't know, maybe it's got a learning computer on the inside.
わかります
To be fair, no wonder they didn't go with the learning computer thing. With after
Yeah.
like 40 episodes, all it was able to do was walk down a hallway and shoot up once.
我々は偵察が任務なんだぞ引くんだ全員何
It's a bit late now, isn't it?
倒さなければ
Yeah.
敵はますますお立った
At this point, if you're Gene, just keep shooting.
立てよ
Not that it matters much, even though that thing's firing at like 100 millimeter tank shells.
Yeah.
Still does nothing to the Gundam.
Yeah.
一緒味方のモビルスーツが動き始めました動くなんて攻撃の仕方だ誰がコクピットにいる
弾が切れた
やってやるいくら装甲が熱くったって
来た
Think about all the Zakus that have grappled to the Gundam in the past. This guy, barely moving.
怯えてやがるぜこのモビルスーツはよ
the
Well,
he
yeah, I
basically
mean,
did
more
like a
so he
battle.
walked up close to the Gundam to try and shoot it.
Yeah.
Gene was just the worst Gundam pilot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zaku pilot.
Zaku, yeah.
のモビルスーツの威力なのか。
すごい。
Boy, you don't even know.
逃がすものか。武器はないのか。武器はこれか。
Yeah, the beam sabers. Your most powerful weapons in the
レ
universe.
ンダーが待っているところまでジャンプできるか。五条カメラが使えますから見えます。ジャンプします。
逃がすものか。
Another defining trait of Amuro. No retreating. I think I'm right. I think he is a psychopath.
And that's where Dad goes bye-bye.
And that other guy who couldn't operate a tractor.
Yeah.
Conversely, maybe we didn't need the mobile suits. Maybe we just make the reactors into bombs.
サイドセブンもやられるかもしれない。どうすりゃいいんだ。
よくもジンを。
どうする。
Probably the coolest looking Zaku pilot of them all. The way the shadow goes right across his face, he could have been like a superhero.
今度ザクを爆発させたらサイドセブンの空気がなくなっちゃう。
As opposed to where all the other air is going. I have to wonder why the Zaku didn't like slide down the thing, get cut all the way through the middle. Because the beam also kind of held it in the air too, like the beam is some solid thing somehow.
Yeah, or the hilt itself, I guess, but
No, because there was space between it and the rest of the saber.
yeah.
Oh, did they say the air was sealed off?
Yeah.
Huh.
正規のパイロットだろうが誰だろうが手伝ってもらわなければなるまい。
なんだ。
スレンダーはサイドセブンを脱出して本館に
Standing creepily right behind you.
認めたく
That tall son of a bitch.
自分自身の若さゆえの過ちというものを。
You're what? You're like 19? I can
He's
say
22, 21.
Yeah.
民間人でもいいから。
I mean, you gotta assume, I don't know if you can assume, but I think the recruit age would be what, 16, 17?
The magic bubbles, yeah.
Then we get like, what, two more uses?
Yeah.
外からも
Still a lot more than the Super Napalm.
乗りなさい。ホワイトベースに乗り込むんです。
しっかりつかまって
Not the last time a woman's cried out for Yuri.
ブラボー。ホワイトベースに急げ。
モビルスーツだアムロ
I want to say the third kid's name starts with an H, but I can't remember it.
こんなところ空気
Or
が
it's
すぐなくなって
how
しまう
it's...
ぞ。
課長、自分が変わります。船にお戻りください。
And here's where the captain gets atomized.
Nope, I was completely wrong. Cats.
Yeah.
Cats is the other kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but what about the other adults that were on the bridge?
大丈夫か。はい。
I guess
Also-
they're manning their guns and like
Also
that.
not atomized at all, but...
No, but
貴様は私とデニムの命令は守ったのだ。気にすることはない、スレンダー軍。
You'll survive at least to the next battle.
連邦軍のモビルスーツが貴様の言う通りの性能とはやや信じがたいが。お言葉ですが、自分は確かに。注意。あ、レーザー通信回路を開け。ドズル中
Just think what they could have done had
来心よ
the doctor actually defected.
そこの女の方
え
包帯ぐらいなら負けるわね。手伝っていただきたいわ。ええ、あなたたちのお母さんは後で私が探してあげるからね。
About that.
Oh.
あちらを
Yeah.
あの
Who even are your mothers? And as a matter of fact.
向こうの傷口を拭いて止血テープを。
Ah, Jose.
Ryu,
ジオンの船は
Rio.
間違い
Yeah,
な
but
く
Jose.
who
Yeah,
didn't
it's-
suffer brain damage from floating in space.
君も戻って艦長、ここでしたか。艦長、ジオンの船の防戦に回った連中はほとんど壊滅だ。君の方はどうだ。サイドセブンに入った者は義士軍人ともに全滅です。たった2機のザクのために。そうか。
Back when Zaku's kick ass.
10名とはおりません。ガンダムの関係部品の積み込みを急いで。あ、艦長、幸いなことにパイロット1名がガンダムを操縦。ガンキャノン、ガンタンクの積み込みを急いでおります。パイロットは誰か確認してはおりませんが、その作業が終了後、ホワイトベースをサイドセブンから発進させろ。あ、しかし、ホワイトベースのパイロットが
Shark could have been successful right here.
しかし、
あのクルーザー級の
Well, just think, what if they tried to board the white base right now?
私でよ
Huh?
What if they tried to board the white base right now?
ヤシマと申します。
そうか、あのヤシマ家の。
ゆうべはな、貴様の作戦終了を祝うつもりでおった。貴様がもたもたしてくれ
Wait,
たおか
before
げ
we
で、
even got here?
さんの支度は全て無駄になったんだ。
連邦軍の V 作戦をキャッチしたのです。ドズル中将。
何 ?V 作戦
は、モビルスーツの開発、それに伴う心臓戦艦を同時にキャッチしたのであります。
さすが赤い彗星のシャア。
Turns out he was 20 feet away from the camera. He's just so big.
途中でありましたので、ミサイル弾薬が全て底をつき、
補給が欲しいのだ。
Not for nothing, it does seem like the camera is on the floor, doesn't it?
ザクの補給も3機。
貴様がいて、ザクを3機もなくしたのか。
あ、各
I guess he insists the camera be there so he gets his best angle, which is his height.
モビルスー
You
ツ
know.
のために。
よし、ザクを送る。V 作戦のデータ何でもいい。必ず手に入れろ。できるならそのモビルスーツを手に入れろ。
やってみます。
I mean, conceivably,
出撃隊員を
if they had sent troops into Side 7, they would find Amuro's house, which also has a bunch of info. What was he looking at on the monitor?
I think he was looking for. No, wait a minute. Don't no. He wouldn't have found it.
Well, that's what I'm
because
trying to
according
cover.
to
What,
Origins,
no, that's what I'm saying. What was he looking at on the monitor?
I don't know.
I know in
In this-
Origins they moved everything out of the house, but it looked
Yes,
like on
yeah.
the monitor here, he was looking at that shit, though.
Hmm.
アムロと言っておりました。知らんな。サイドセブンでテストをやっていたパイロットでは。左のパネルでガンダムと連絡が取れる。は、ホワイトベース出港の時にはガンダムに援護させろ。チャンネルは右のコンソールにあるだろう。未来君の方はどうかね。
はい、エンジンの臨界にもう少し時間がかかる。
Looks like I'm not getting married like I thought I would
子
be.
供がガンダムに乗っております。何？ご覧になりますか。この少年がガンダム。パイロットじゃありません。
あの子は
知っているのか。
よくは知りません。でもサイドセブンでは
He's famous on Side 7.
For that one time, he tried to crash a bulldozer into the military side of the
性
base.
能のおかげで倒せたんです。
なぜそこにいる？
その声はさっき無線で僕にガンダム関係の部品を運べって命令した人ですね。
艦長、降ろさせます。パイロットが生き残っていたらな。
Yeah, if only we hadn't killed them ourselves.
あなたは居住区をね。ええ、任して。
しっかりしてください、総長。あ、君たちは？
艦長命令で逃げ遅れた人を探しに行きます。あ、他の人はいませんでした？
知らねえな。爆撃の後を避けながらようやくたどり着いたんだ。乗るのかい？
See, that was unneeded.
Yeah.
お前、
それでも男です。
Imagine if you survived all this and then you get slapped in the face for surviving.
サイドセブンに一人で残っているといいんです。
お高く泊まりやがって。あんたセイラとか言ったよな。
そんな不良みたいな口の利き方、おやめなさい。
What do you think? You're royalty? Like some sort of princess? Took my car.
He's impressed.
World's strongest laser pointer.
機関始動水力 3%メガ粒子砲スタンバイ目標サイド7のスペースゲートただしドッキングベイの直撃は下げる周囲もなかなかやる
Back when Char was still competent.
I don't know if he's ever been incompetent, just not successful.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's never like come up with a plan and be like, well, that's fucking dumb. Right? I'm assigned that to incompetency. He just doesn't win.
15、6歳の出陣がなかったわけではない。は、艦長。アムロ。
Or, you know, conversely, Bright, you get into Gundam.
Yeah. Well, does he know how to pilot it, though?
Well, got the manual. Clearly, that's all you need. I'm just saying, if they were going to replace Amuro with somebody, literally now is the time.
Ah, here comes the Super Napalm.
We gonna save the dogs? No.
Oh.
Okay. What about the ghosts? Are we gonna save the ghosts? Nah, they're already dead. You know what just occurred to me? Ra doesn't, like, check all the bodies in that crater. She doesn't know some of those people are just injured. But she doesn't drive back to check either. Ooh. Is the movie version gonna give him 6-foot-long legs still?
I think this is a clip show, so yeah.
Well, it's not clip show, because they're redoing some stuff, too.
Yeah, they're adding some scenes, but not.
Still clearly, like, 10 feet away. Actually, looks a little bit closer, but still well away. Oh, okay, 6-foot legs, still.
Yeah.
How can you tell? Okay, maybe the stripe. I was just, from a distance, same outfit RT's just wearing.
Yeah. I'm gonna burn everything, so...
Yeah, to me it looked like the pink comet.
Yeah. Okay, he already used a Super Napalm, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All hatches were open, apparently.
I like that the barrels go back and forth. Yeah, like gun barrels do exactly that.
Also,
They're
not for
springs.
nothing, but what information was he actually getting from this? For all it looks like, for all this person, it looks like he's taking pictures.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you do take pictures.
No, what I'm saying is that he's like getting the information you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let the thing launch into space. You'll have all the same pictures.
I mean, you want to get close-ups.
Yeah, I think they got zoom in the future. Yeah, very much looks like they've got Zoom in the future. And conversely, when Amuro could have ended most of the war.
Oh, I think killing Char wouldn't have.
Well,
ended most of
Dharma
the
would have
war.
survived, I guess, if he had done this.
敵が出てくる。レーザーラインに乗せて私とスレンダーのザクを第一種装備で射出しろ。
I guess this would have had no effect on Odessia, but there's a lot of places that Char was at, where a lot of Zeon forces got used up, like the Battle of Jaburo.
Yeah.
Like, there was the entire North American forces got sent there on Char's say-so.
Yeah.
Caecilius, I say Caecilius would still be dead. You're arguing about that one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find that out in movie 3.
See, this is the bright Noah. It's like, okay, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to do the things that need to be done. But then after his breakdown, yeah.
Deserters are cool too, I guess.
Yeah. He becomes a bit of a simp for Mirai, and the kids are there.
Well, yeah, because so I guess they have to learn to be a trio now, and that's their who's in charge here. I guess it comes down to, I think that was Let's and Kika.
Kika.
That's what I said.
Kika becomes charged, basically.
No, I'm just saying they're figuring it out. And very much like, I guess Katz was in the back, and it's Let's and Kika arguing.
Mm-hmm.
頼む。
Yeah, we didn't hear the part where Char says, "Oh, it's hard. Just stay still, because it's harder for someone to hit from a mobile suit if you don't move." They took that part out. I was like, "Yeah, that doesn't actually make sense."
Well, because he didn't say stay still. He's just go in a straight line or something like that.
Yeah.
I know him from the Battle of Loom. Oddly, Origin didn't give me a backstory there, even though he gives backstories to everybody. See, I didn't actually remember he said this. It's just, where else would you be saying this from? Honestly, Char is like a one-and-doner. The Battle of Loom was his, like, magnum opus, and ever since then, nothing. Oh, he got past me. Think of if the war could have changed if Char figured out what the Gundam was made of. In all that time, I'm sure Zeon could have built something of the same stuff. Yeah, conceivably Ryu could have launched in the gun cannon or the gun tank if he had wanted to. Well, not the gun tank. Gun tank isn't configured to run with one person yet. You know, all of the beam rifles he just throws, not one of them gets recovered by Zeon and reverse engineered.
I mean, they eventually do get beam technology later on, so I guess they probably figured it out.
使いすぎだ。
That's new.
I don't know though. I still have to think that like rapid fire 100 meter rounds still superior.
We don't know how many megajoules the beam rifle is. Kilojoules or megajoules? Kilojoules actually. It's outputting.
Yeah, but we do know that they just like make an armor in the future that gets rid of like the ability to get hit. I don't know why, but I really feel like I need to slap you right now.
We already have 2 slaps so far in the movie, so.
Do we?
Yeah. Amuro slaps Frau.
I know that
and
one.
Sayla slaps.
Oh, right. I forgot the Kai one.
Yeah, Kai one, yeah. Not a punch, it was a slap.
やれなければ今からでもサイドセブンに帰るんだな。
ブライトさん。
やれるとは言えない。けど、やるしかないんだ。僕にはあなたが。ああ、憎んでくれていいよ。直ちにガンダムの整備をしておけ。
For what?
人を使ってもいい。
Forcing him to stay in the ship to fight, you know.
Conversely, going back to Side 7 to die.
Yeah, basically. Again, here you see Amuro be more caring about Frau, and then after he gets into the PTSD, he's like,
I think he cares about what people think about him. That's what Amuro is right now. Because, you know, we have the upcoming thing where if you're not going to be a man, then I'll get into it. And it's like, that's okay, I'm going. They changed that?
What?
I'm pretty sure they asked for soap for. Yeah, it's been a long time since these early episodes. Texas.
宇宙に出たの初めてなんですよ。
エリートでいらっしゃったのね。
皮肉ですか?
Yep, I actually don't like you here, right?
Oh, that doesn't like asking personal questions.
Yeah, no, those are our notes.
Yeah.
In the early episodes. By the way, Mirai covered the fact that she has training as a pilot. Sayla's just like, give me a try.
The question of firepower. Okay.
Would have been a cool name for an episode, by the way.
A question of firepower. Yeah, that's a question. That's a good title for any episode that has to do with military things.
Jag, episode 23, a question of firepower.
Firepower. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just a good episode title for anything.
Yeah.
Quantum Leap, an episode of firepower.
These poor saps.
Eureka's Castle, a question of firepower. Oh,
next on
my guy.
Next on Blue's Clues, a question of firepower. Can you find the bullseye?
Next time on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, a question of firepower.
It's a crunch. It's good, like, motherfuckers, your lives end now. What's that guy that does the painting? Well, he's long gone now, but
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Happy trees and a question of fire. He used to be a sergeant in the army.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah.
I know that mostly because I have epic rap battles of history.
Yeah.
ルナ通司令ワッケンです。
Ah, walking.
ホワイトベースの修理と子供たちを。はい。この船
You will not survive this war,
実行させます。
nor will your ship get directly to Jaburo.
ワッケン司令、避難民だけでも収容していただけませんか。我々がこのホワイトベースをジャブローまで運ぶなんて不可能です。
素人の集まりなんです
You'd
よ。
think if they were going to try and save time between the show and the movie,
実践をく
he'd
ぐ
be
り
like, yes,
しか
and
し
just cut out all of the civilian
この
shit.
船は新型の戦艦です。地球連邦軍本部ジャブローに直行して皆さんの以後の処理を決定します。
Actually, no, you really want to get to Earth for some reason, like a whole lot.
この艦は直ちに発進します。
Also, like, why not let them stay? You've got a bunch of ships that are leaving. Some of them will be going to
Oh,
Jaburo at some point.
I guess we skipped the whole laser thing.
Yeah, no, actually, this is one of
Yeah.
this is the one thing that I know gets skipped. Do get skipped. So I guess actually that Char just gets resupplied. No
ジ
problem.
ャブローは前線のことを何も。司令、
Oh, that's new.
ジオンとの戦いがまだまだ困難を極めるという時、
Because I don't remember Joaquin saying all this about the civilians and
He doesn't.
Jabro
This
not
is
knowing.
new.
Yeah,
寒い時代だとは思う。
Like I said, this is the one thing I already knew about.
because in the original he just come off as an asshole, like, "Oh, I'm gonna arrest you for having secret technology." It's like, well, we had to escape, you know. Here it's like, no, I had orders, so
Yeah, way back when I was watching somebody else react to anime, and he was reacting to Mobile Suit Gundam. And I found out, oh, he was just doing the movie in parts. So it's like, wait a second, there's no delivery scene.
oh wow, cool. They show him doing training. I think they never showed this part. I don't remember.
I think they did.
カイ君、あなたは
Yeah, this is one of the many Sailor yells at Kai scenes.
なら大戦闘配備のまま
If we were having counters for stuff, Slaps and
Yeah.
Sailor yelling at Kai would have to be two of them.
Yeah,
スペースグライダーで一度だけ大気圏に突入したことはあるけど、
Space glider,
地上
yeah.
の通信網がきっちりしていたから。
基本候補は同じだ。サラミス
I wonder if they ever released Gundam branded sippy cups. For as many of them as we see in the show, like even Caecilia had a sippy cup at one point.
はい、リード
yeah. I mean, it's in space, so it makes sense.
我々はサラミスの大気圏突入カプセルで行く。そちらとはスピードが違う。遅れんなよ。
はい、了解しました。未来、大気圏突入の自動操縦に切り替え、以下突入準備に備えるんだ。
了解。
Like going back to Joaquin, actually, he sheds a tear and everything. Like, damn it.
Does he? Because it looks like he's wiping his eye.
Yeah, I think it was wiping that because he was shedding a tear. Like, these people are fucked. Basically, he's mourning them.
Like I said, when he eventually dies, I get nothing from it either way. So it's just like, I don't understand why you're so angry or upset or crying.
集中している今こそザクで攻撃するチャンスだ。第一目標、木馬。
I don't remember these
敵
faces.
のモビルスーツ。諸君らに期待する。
本艦は15分後に大気圏に突入する。総員、第二戦闘廃止のまま待機。
リュウさん、もっと小さいのありませんか？
子供用のがあるだろう。
No, they're all in my size.
首のファスナーは二重になってる。
子供用ですか？
Kid sizes. No, they didn't. They didn't have kid sizes until episode, like the second to last episode.
Yeah, like in the 40s. When
Yeah.
Kika and them got one. Because otherwise we see
Eventually.
them sitting in like an elevator, like heads.
In a suit,
Yeah.
in one suit, all of them in one suit.
No, I think there was 3 different suits because it's all their heads, but
Yeah,
like the
they're-
body's just like
they're-
laid
they're-
out.
Yeah.
ホワイトベース各員へ。本艦は3分後に大気圏に突入する。
立っている人は座ってください。 船が揺れることがあっても騒
Why
がない
didn't
よう
we
に
build this thing without
戦闘員
seat
メカ
belts?
ニックマンは各自の部署で待機のこと
They're on well, they're the Federation, so I guess all Federations follow the same rule regardless of universe. No seatbelts.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I would say these guys are typically in spacesuits, but I guess not now.
Well, I guess only they go into spaces when they're expecting battle, I
発進して
guess.
ザクの足を止めろできるなアムロ
わかるもんか。
発信後4分でホワイトベースに戻るのよ。そうしないと大気の摩擦熱で焼け死ぬわよ。
了解。
後方 R3 度、ザクは4機です。
4機も話が違いますよ。
事実は事実よ。シャアだって補給はするでしょうね。
気楽に言ってくれて。
This time, as far as we know, the other guy didn't die.
あなたはコー
So,
ドに気をつけて。
Yeah.
戦ってる最中に気をつけられ
gonna
る
keep
と
him
思うんです
dead on the
か。
board, mind you.
できるわ。
おだてないでください。
カタパルトへ。
Stop being an
Step on that-
asshole.
Step on the damn platform, Shinji. I mean, Amuro.
Oh, Shinji. I thought you said Gingy, like you were calling him a ginger or something. Like, what are you
No.
doing, man?
Shinji.
敵もモビルスーツを発進させたようだドレン援護しろ
Yes, the mobile suits you're aware that they have.
了解
大気圏突入カプセル発進します。
よし発進
I don't know why they well.
Well, because you saw
In
them,
space it does.
they saw them, then they twisted in the animation to go forwards again. So, because I was also thinking about making the joke that no, this isn't how they are. They just flipped it by mistake, and
Yeah.
アムロ、シャアに気を取られすぎないで。ザクがサラミスのカプセルを狙っている。
something that
カプセル。
Kira needed to hear about Atherin.
シャアに後ろを取られるのは尺だが。うかつなやつめ。
Wow, not much longer we're gonna see the bazooka either.
そこだ。照準がいちいち狂っている。
あんなところにバルカ砲がそうだ
I feel like he had time to get out.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, he was free falling into Earth's orbit, so
あ
当たった天井がブライト少尉このままだとカプセルが中から燃えてしまう
了解しました。
are we gonna have to
ホワイトベースに
suffer?
収容します
What's his name?
セーラ、アムロに2機のザクを引き離すように伝えろ。
無理です。アムロは
Yeah, I know,
シャア
you don't
の
remember.
精一杯です。
You remember half as many people as I do.
Yeah.
What's his name?
モビルスーツの性能の違いが戦力の決定的差でないことを教えてやる
シャーメン。いける。しまった。バズーカの団体が後ろ。
So I always remember that sound from Gundam Wing.
サラミスカプセルレーザーロックします。
ザク大丈夫かな
レーザーロック。
Lieutenant Reed, that's what I was talking about.
こいつ落ちろ。
You know, the guy who was on that shuttle who just got his arm cut.
Yeah.
しかし銃撃が激しくてこれが激しいものかよく相手を見て下から攻めろ
無限被弾。
無限機銃迎撃急げ。破損箇所に要求ウォールフィルム処理急げ。
お姉ちゃん、私もやっつけに行く。戦
Yeah, I'm sure you will someday.
怖いんだぞ。怖くない。
Oh, wait, no, yeah. Well, actually, she doesn't get that chance. So, sorry,
No.
when did she stomp on some guy's foot?
Yeah, in Luna too.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole plan of the escape plan. Yeah, they didn't
Okay.
discard all that.
I
Yeah.
was confused for a moment because I thought she does it to a Xeon soldier. It's like, no,
No,
wait,
no.
she does it getting the escape.
戦況
Yeah.
Nope, Lieutenant Reed. We do have to suffer him.
ないな
It's funny. For as much of an asshole as Lieutenant Reed is, as far as I know, he survives.
えい
gift that.
連邦のモビルスーツは化け物か。
アムロ、ガンダム、聞こえて。オーバータイムよ。アムロ、ホワイトベースに戻って。オーバータイムです。
大気圏突入スタンバイ。確保座収容。アムロ、ホワイトベース後方のハッチから入れ。もう危険だ。
了解。
Sorry, there's a joke there, obviously. Amuro come in through the rear, but I'm not gonna...
カマン。敵のモビルスーツとて持ちはせんのだ。もういい。カプセルに戻れ。
アムロに伝えろ。これではガンダムも大気の摩擦熱で燃えてしまう。
アムロ、戻れ。ザクはいい。ブライト少尉。私の使命はこのホワイトベースとガンダムを無事にジャブローに送り届けることな
What
の。
the fuck do you think we're doing?
燃えてしまう。アムロに言ってください。素人が使うから。しかしガンダムを出さなければホワイトベースは撃ち落とされていました。
See, this is where the bright punch should have been used.
Yeah.
Punch him, sedate him, we'll wake him up in Jaburo.
会議者だ。いいな。
アムロは戻ってないんですか？
落下速度
That music is also new.
こんなに速いとは。
クラウンはダメです。もはや回収不可能です。少佐、シャー少佐、助けてください。減速できません。
I appreciate that he's covering up the cockpit, too.
ザクには大気圏を突破する性能はない。気の毒だが。しかしクラウン、無駄死にではないぞ。
Kinda will
He
be.
didn't say that. He didn't say that in the original that I
He did.
fired. Yeah?
Yeah. They covered this. This is one of our little points of Char doesn't...
Care.
Char... No, he doesn't not... Sorry, I was doing double negative, so that's why I paused. He's not heartless to the plight of the Xeon soldier.
Oh. They changed this. Because in the
Yeah,
original
he
it
has
was
like
kind
a
of
film
So, yeah.
or a gel? I can't remember, but this is
Yeah,
different,
something
I
like
agree.
that. Yeah, that.
Well, I'm having a hard time remembering because Gundam C does it too. I think Gundam C does a gel, and he has like a film cover thing he
Yeah,
puts on
yeah,
top of him. Because he's
They
got
never
like a
use that
pocket.
again. Yeah. Yeah, this is all new. Like, I didn't remember she being sitting down.
I mean, not all of this is new. We do the whole
Yeah.
countdown thing for contact with Amuro.
無線が回復したら大陸のガルマ大佐を呼び出せ。
ようやくわかりましたよ。車掌さん。ヨシンバ大気圏突入前に敵を撃ち漏らしても敵の侵入角度を変えさせて我が軍の制圧下の大陸に木馬を引き寄せる二段構えの作戦。
戦いは非常さ。そのくらいのことは考えてある。
Sometimes I think he's like the guy from Overlord,
Yeah.
where he has no real ideas. His team was just telling him stuff. He's like, "Yes, that was my plan."
Yeah.
珍しく弱気じゃないか。敵の V 作戦って聞いたことがあるだろう。その正体
We don't see Garma. Oh, yeah. It's the purple hair at the bottom.
おかげで私はザクを6機も撃破されてしまった。
I think this is also new.
そんなにすごいのか。
I think the screen with Char on it is the new
It's
stuff.
new, yeah, new stuff. Yeah, you can tell the different in animation.
よし、そのご好意。
Yeah, because otherwise he did talk to Garma on the way down.
緊急出動。
Yeah.
I mean, it does do a good job of showing how quickly everything happened back to back.
Yeah.
ガンダムです。
ガンダムが無事です。アムロが
Except for the Gundam can't fly, so maybe stop cheering and start helping.
Well, he has a backpack. I guess he can slow down with that.
I don't think he has anything like that yet. Like, the Gundam hasn't done any... Oh, never mind.
Ah, pelo. Yes. He had cold hair.
I don't... Yeah, he didn't fix his car in this one yet. I don't know if that happens later or before. To be fair, your sides are also made of real land and real water.
Yeah. I'll rest that.
アムロお疲れ様。
Here's where he starts blogging her out.
アムロ
As much as I love these kids, this would be super fucking annoying. Literally, the kid running around hammering a pan together.
一人にしてくれよ。な。
I mean, literally, just like, give me one of those bottles or whatever and leave me alone. Yeah, back before they started animating her with hands.
Amuro's descent to darkness.
This was the end of an episode.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't show this. This didn't show in the original.
これではジャブローに侵入できんじゃないか。
そう思います。ここはジオンの勢力圏内です。
冗談じゃない。
Because we were always asking where they ended up.
シャアは戦術に優れた男です。我々は
I mean, it also pinpoints where Jaburo is actually at on the map.
突破するんだ。何が何でも。敵です。何？
Well, I don't know, maybe ascend back into high orbit. Just let the planet rotate underneath you a little bit. I'd still rather be in a Gaul than in a submarine. I'll say that one 100%.
今までの地球連邦軍の戦艦とは全く桁が違うようだ。
Also, they translate it as Fetty.
収容しろ。
Is it people of, some people have survived an 18,000 foot drop. Not a lot of people survive an 18,000 foot ascension.
ガルマ大佐、無罪のカプセル収容しました。よーしゃ、お前らしくもないな。連邦軍の船一隻に手こずって。
言うなよガルマ。いや、地球方面軍司令官ガルマザビ大佐とお呼びすべきかな。
士官学校時代と同じ。
Very low ranking for, all the occupation, be the commander of occupation forces.
Well, because he's also fighting nepotism. He doesn't want it to be handed to him. I think he shouldn't have killed Garma. Garma was gonna leave anyway.
Yeah.
I believe that's the most unfortunate thing on the Xeon side. Maybe that or McQueen didn't admit his feelings to Cassilia. One of those two things. Again, he was gonna leave. He wasn't that bad.
姉に対しても私の男をあげさせようという心遣いかい笑うなよ兵が見ている
アムロ急いでアムロ急いでアムロ
Also, I guess this is the first 13 episodes. We're gonna get the Girin speech.
どうしたの
Which I will say sounds so much better in English. I don't know why, but it does. Especially if you hear it by Andrew WK, who does his own version.
ぐっすり眠ったことなんかありゃしない。そのくせ眠ろうと思ってもなかなか眠れないしさ。
セイラさんに相談してみようか。お医者さんの卵でしょ
Yeah, have Sayla check me out.
うるさいな。
いい加減にしなさい。
But don't worry, I've got neither of you in my heart.
モビルスーツで戦う方がよっぽど僕らしくないよ。
この間の戦争で大人はみんな死んでんのよ。年寄りと若い人が戦わなくちゃならないのはジオンだって地球連邦だって同じじゃなくって。
I believe Amuro was 16 right now.
連邦軍は僕たちをおとりにしているんだ。
Which is true.
連邦軍はもっと新しい兵器を開発しているんだよ。それが完成するまでの間、敵の目を引きつけておく。おとりなの。
I mean, if that is true, then it has to be the solar ray thing. So
Well, also the GMs and other things.
Yeah, well, those aren't really bad. I mean, I'm talking about better weapons, not specific. Like the GMs
problem
suck.
is a lot of that stuff is covered in other shows, which is movies and OVAs.
Well, yeah,
and
but we're not
stuff
talking
like that.
about that. I'm talking about. That's why I'm only specifically talking about this stuff here.
Yeah.
The only super weapon they come out with is the solar ray weapon. Well, Reed, if you're going to have him court-martialed for not following your orders, then you got nothing to say about new orders you get. Ouch, burn. Also, I don't think Origin ever covers the fact how Garma would know you've got no family. Conceivably, he would think your Char as no, never mind, your family dies in an explosion. Maybe that's mentioned somewhere.
Oh yeah, by this time, yeah.
Yeah, well, not by this time, sure, but I mean, like they're in the academy together. The Asnaballs go on a ship, and the ship explodes.
No. But the only one that goes into that ship is actual Char.
No.
The family was.
Stop. I'm talking about the Asnaballs. The mom and dad die in an explosion on a ship. You not remember this?
No, they were inside.
This is after Kycelia goes back to Texas and talks to the dad, and the dad says, "Oh, he never sends messages anymore." Blah blah blah. They leave Texas on a ship, and that ship explodes during Origin. So the Asnaballs are dead. You not never look at the board. The Asnaballs are dead on the board too, for that reason.
Oh, this is new footage. We don't get pensions either.
Anyway, that's what I was talking about with how Garma would think that Char's family is dead, because the Asnaballs are dead and they died during Origin when they were in the academy together. Yes, we have medication. I can literally put you to sleep.
Well, you can be scared on the Gundam and you can be scared aboard the white base. They're still going to try to kill you.
See, newer animation style. That one right there, I guess face. I guess my thing is, for me to appreciate that more, he should have lost.
What do you mean?
I would appreciate him being scared more if he had lost once. You know, then he has a fear of losing. Like, it doesn't have to involve him, like, getting blown out of the sky. Like, maybe someone that he knew on Side 7 died because he lost the first fight. And that's why he's scared. Not maybe not of losing himself, but maybe of not being able to win, take care of people. But now it's Amuro is scared, even though he's 100% success rate.
Again, new animation there's because this long sequence.
Well, this is like back when I watched the Star Wars re-releases at an IMAX, but I was in the front row because everything else was packed. So I could see the static of the old stuff, and then the new stuff didn't have static.
Oh, here we have him talking about he can be as good as Amuro.
Yeah, he said that before.
Not that, yeah. Well, it wasn't really a good point until, I guess.
It's hindsight. We've got hindsight on our sides.
Yeah.
Mutant muscle suit. What the fuck does that mean? Good job, Hayato. 360 for no reason. Man, new and also for no reason. I was thinking that they were putting the movies together, and I thought, Kai's a little too cool. We need to make him a little less cool.
Ah, yes, the tank fighter hybrid.
Starts with a D, and I can't remember.
Yeah. Ah, that song. That music, not that sound effect that also Macross uses a lot.
マズラアタックの展開を急がせろ。
And by Galaxy, man, yellow tank him.
白いやつなのかガルマ。
違う。陸戦タイプのが2機だ。白いやつは出ていない。こんなモビルスーツもどきが十字勲章ものだというのか。
援護する必要。
I mean, you haven't beaten them yet.
に捉えたのだ。
Yeah.
取り逃がすわけにはいかん。アムロ、貴様なぜ自分の任務を果たそうとしないんだ。
There's Sailor on the monitor back there.
Yeah.
そんな哲学など語っている暇はない。立てよ、おい。
やめてくださいよ。そんなにガンダム
No longer on the monitor. I don't want to watch
や
this.
ればいいんですよ。
いいってできればやっている。貴様に言われるまでもなくな。
僕だってできるからやってるんじゃないんですよ。殴ったね。
ブライト少尉
Even my dad doesn't hit me.
貴様はいい。そしてわめいていれば気分も晴れるんだからな。
僕が
I don't remember he saying
そんな
that.
に安っぽい人間ですか。
That's another one. Now he says,
Yeah, I'm saying, I know he said it at some point. To be fair, this is all deserved. Shut the fuck up, get in the Gundam. Don't worry. You know what hits harder than a slap, Amuro?
してよ
Peer pressure.
情けないこと言わないでアムロ
俺はブリッジに行く。
And that's when Bright
今
changed.
のままだったら貴様は
He hit his head in the wall.
俺はそれだけの才能があれば
He never slapped anybody again.
思っていたがな。残念だよ。
Except for when he punches Kai.
ブライトさん。
oh, he's the one who says about Sar, not Brow.
ガンダムに操縦方法
No, no, Frau says if you're not going to be a man.
Yeah.
私ガンダムに乗るわ自分のやったことにうぬぼれられない人なんて嫌いよ今日までホワイトベースを守ってきたのは誰でもない俺だって言えないアムロなんて男じゃない
Yeah, there you go.
See, I was second guessing myself the entire way. I was like, maybe she doesn't say it. Maybe I put it in her mouth.
ガンダムの操縦は君には無理だよ。
You're a woman. And I'm a misogynist.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. Early Amuro. Real dick.
Now I noticed that it seems like the size of the what's the name? Damn it.
Haru?
Yeah, it seems to change a little bit. It was bigger in the early scenes and then became smaller.
Yeah. It's probably 'cause it's like
That's new.
it's there for cartoonish effect.
Yeah.
It's not like they've given Haru anything serious to do.
Get. Oh, this ship.
全部手法マゼラアタックを集中攻撃。貴様交代せんのか。ここを突破してご覧に入れ
I mean, this is literally like one of the biggest attacks that the White Base has ever been in. I mean, ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not till like the end of the war that's in a comparable fight.
攻撃を強めてくるばかりだ。アムロはガンダムはどうしたんだ。
ホワイトベース聞こえるか。ガンダムを出してくれ。
慌てないでね
Sorry, I had to use my
アムロな
orange
らやれ
juice.
るわ
ありがとう。
This is my orange drink.
頑張ってね
頼むぜ。
Now that I challenge your manhood, go ahead and be the man that I know you to be.
クリア気をつけてねアムロ
Yeah, Kai.
It's a straight like, ah,
クリアだと。
it's panic.
敵がいないとでも言うのか。
I mean, to be fair, last time we saw him, he was crying, so.
Yeah. But it's funny. You have Zeta saying, "Oh, you can do it," and then you have in the other screen go, Kai go like, "Shit."
I guess that's a little bit more in-universe way to take Amuro not listening to Sailor's advice.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, we do see her get into the Gundam later, and we know her advice is really worth.
海が狙い撃ちされそうなんだ。
Again, I feel like somebody watched the original Gundam and was like, Kai is too cool. We gotta take him down a peg. Oh, is this the fight where he goes berserk?
Well, I don't think so.
Was that a
That
future
never
fight?
happened.
3機だ
Yeah.
木馬には3機もモビルスーツがいる木馬を落として奴らの足を止める白いやつが出てきたぞ出るぞコムサイ発進させろ大佐を援護したいお
I don't remember this part. Or did he actually set out to get the Gundam? He was like, no, go out there and get killed.
I don't remember them launching from the back of the yaw.
Yeah.
But again, this is so long ago.
モビルスーツが飛んだそこだ一つアムロ
How many people
He's not
wouldn't
flying.
have died if they didn't spend their last minute screaming about something?
無線解除だセーラガンキャノンガンタンクに司令
He's not flying. He doesn't fly. He jumps real good.
了解
Golden Age Superman.
アムロのガンダムを援護するぞ
了解ですトップを低空に侵入させなければいいんですね
Because old school Superman did never miss leg day, basically.
これ以上トップは近づけさせなければいいんだろ
I mean, it's where, you know, leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Yeah.
連邦軍めなんてモビルスーツを作ったんだ
Sorry, the scene transitions being so close to one another. Those Svennies build a hell of a dead.
ブライトさんアムロがあんな戦い方をしている
ああ、あいつのいいとこだ塞ぎ込んでいても戦い
Really, the only good thing about him.
Amuro. He's a jackass, but at least he knows how to
それ
fight.
でアムロよ
次7つ目7つ目
Didn't destroy it. No, never mind. Someone grab that. Take it back to base.
この化け物が落ちろ落ちろ
これは
I mean, honestly, what do you do to the Gundam?
ガウの射程距離に入ったら
I mean, you get bigger weapons. That's what you do.
Yeah, but I mean, like right now, what would you do?
Yeah.
Because at best, I could think of maybe like when it's got their shield out,
乗っているんじゃなくて
like try to land on the shield and force it to ground on its back. Maybe you'll kill the pilot with G's.
ガンダムアムロ聞こえてライフルを発射します受け取ってパワーは回復しているはずです
I think that's new. I don't think we've ever seen them launch a new beam rifle.
赤い彗星が来るわ
ザクが降下しますシャアです何行けシャアがザク
We
で
just yeeted the rifle. We just like, fuck, shoot the
Yeah, I'm
rifle.
just thinking
We're gonna-
technically the ship fired a gun. It just fired a gun. It just fires guns.
Yeah.
I just got this gun.
But I think it's the power of the.
ホワイトベースが援護のミサイルを
It's not. Well, they use the same indicator, but it's not for the gun. It's for the Gundam.
とマゼラタックは交代した
当たらないでね
Can't pilot the Gundam if you've got epilepsy.
Yeah.
Mokubame シャア聞こえるかおうガルマガウにたどり着いたよシャアも交代しろ
You know, something that's confusing here. We've seen how susceptible the engines are to damage. Like, literally, one hit blew off an engine at the end.
了解
And not like a super weapon either, like a missile. Or a rocket.
Ah.
モビルスーツ聞こえるか
This looks like a different layout to this thing.
Yeah.
使いするな
誰だ
remember being a lot more
何でもかんでも
boxy.
知ってるようだが
Wow, they really skipped a lot because I don't know if this actually happens when Garma's still alive. Garma should be dead
No,
already.
yeah, no, she reloads him like twice before Garma dies. Not
Yeah.
once, she reloads him once before Garma
Well
dies.
done.
Because we don't see her again for a long time after this.
That is a new animation.
今までの戦闘記録はレビル将軍の命令によりコピーをいただきます。
しかしマチルダ中尉、わかりません。なぜ我々も船も現状のままなんでしょうか。
Oh yeah, she takes Reed out because Reed is wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't come back until like the rescue operation where she dies.
Oh yeah, they get a yeah, but the resupply is supposed to happen in the city, not in the countryside. Which then, when they're trying to escape,
No, it's they do like 2 different countryside resupplies because what the next one is at nighttime, where they talk about Esperus for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't actually know who it is though. We'll never meet them.
Oh, they meet Rebel.
He's not looking out for them. Rebel, who wants to like charge headfirst into a
There,
nuke.
she's talking about Esper, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about this one. I don't remember it being said here. I'm talking about the nighttime one where Bright is also given a promotion.
Yeah, becomes lieutenant.
That conversation.
Yeah.
Now make a face at Amuro. Not you. The girl on the right. There you are. Her.
Yeah. See, they're in the city. Then the
You're talking about a different city. You're talking about the one with the big old football stadium designed to take missile hits for some reason. I think they added more to this.
They made this battle, I think, much bigger than it was originally.
Yeah, they've redesigned how this base looks.
シャア、ガルマか。貴様のおかげで
It better be. Otherwise, it would be pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm taking a shower. What the fuck is outside? In my room.
Well, you know, they used to live together back on,
Yeah.
whatever that bonchai was called.
君の力を得れば100人力だ。これでキシリア姉さんにも実力を示すことができる。
しかし、そろそろ姉さんは気にするな。
シャア、
なんだ。
今夜は付き合えよ。
I hope your sister likes taking blows to the face.
Bazooka shots, basically.
Yeah, I was trying to find a euphemism for it. It's a shame we didn't have enough colors to show what color my eyes were.
時にお父上のデニン皇后陛下が地球においでになったその説には
Sorry, I didn't go to a school that taught me not to be evil.
失礼。また後ほど。
I'm saying, imagine being so evil that you stereotype yourself.
Yeah.
奴らがあの木馬とモビルスーツの存在を知ったら慌てるだろうな。
それだ。木馬討伐隊を組むには戦線が拡大しきって。
ガルマ。
Tell that to Char when he does that to go after Jabra.
前の市長のエッシェンバッハだ。彼はジオンを憎んでいるが、市民の保護のためにここに留まった。
頑固そうな親父だな。
イセリナ・エッシェンバッハ様のお見えでございます。
He's telling him.
おお、ちょっと失礼する。
Even Char's taking. Okay.
No, I
see
think
what's
he's just
happening.
entertained by the idea of Garma with somebody.
No, but he sees it first, like, oh, nice. And
Well,
it's
yeah,
like,
no, he's like,
ah.
oh, who's that? But
Yeah.
the face change comes from when he sees
Yeah.
Garma going off. Because really, we didn't see much of this side of Garma in Origin either.
君のお父上ならそう言うだろう。
私にはジオン軍も連邦軍も関係ありません。
Let's
You
move to
will care
side
soon enough.
6. I mean, that's where they could have gone. Maybe not Garma. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
とえ父を裏切ろうと、私はあなたのおそばにおります。
私も父とジオンを裏切るわけにはいきません。
If that new Gundam show that's coming out actually is an alternative AU where Char succeeds, I assume that maybe he wouldn't have killed Garma. I'd like to see more of this. A Garma that ran off with Iselina. She gets a real raw deal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Ah, my cup of absinthe.
構わん、行ってみろ。木馬が S3 ポイントに紛れ込みました。何？ここの最後の防衛線を突破されれば、連邦軍の制空圏内に入られてしまいますが。予定通りだよ。あそこに防衛ラインもある。私も機動一個中
Yes,
隊で
that's
現地
what I just said, the final defense line.
少佐にも伝えろ。出動だ。
ガルマ様。
連邦軍の新兵器を奪い取ったら国に送り届ける。その時には。
You know, another sad thought occurs to me.
Yeah.
Due to the way this is animated. Wait. Never mind. What? Okay, I was gonna say my thought and I'm gonna point something out real quick.
Yeah.
So, due to the way this is animated, Garma has never touched her with his hands before. Because he's always wearing gloves. And they're never gonna not animate him in a different way. But then we panned back and his hands went skin color. Like, by skin color, I obviously just mean not the pale white of gloves.
Yeah. Wow, this is new. Yeah, this is new. This is not.
Yeah, the problem is that the new shots are all just like a
Very
couple
short,
of
yeah.
seconds to add to a different, already existing shot.
私たちをこの町から出さないつもりなのね。
ああ。しかしこのままでは。
ブライトさん、ここは僕が先頭に立っておとりになりましょうか。
いや、それはまずい。ちょっと遅いようだ。
え？超音機のキャッチした結果です。北から敵機の編隊接近です。
だったらなおさらじゃないですか。陽動作戦です。その間にホワイトベースは海に出てください。
いや、陽動作戦に出るのも突破口だ。
Crap, they discovered flares!
照明だ。
Team football stadium.
Baseball, it could be baseball.
Ah. Even future America knows baseball is boring.
I don't know. But this is.
So you're saying you'd rather watch baseball than football?
Yeah, I prefer baseball to football.
Oh, that's stupid.
No?
Objectively bad choice. I don't even like any sports. Yes, objectively. I think we can sit down and look at the revenues of different sports based on, you know, just the income of the amount of people watching it. And I feel like in America, football is going to outpace baseball hardcore.
It doesn't mean it's better, it just means more popular.
Yeah, that means better. That's why we
No,
judge
it does
better.
not.
Yes, when it comes
No,
to
it does not.
when it comes to entertainment, yes, popularity means better.
Not really, it's not higher quality.
Yes, because we don't typically, you know, fun shit that's not as popular when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah, but you can have something
I'm
better
not
than
talking.
it's.
I'm not talking like which wrench is the better wrench. Well, this one's more popular, so it's better. No, I'm talking about entertainment, which is entirely based on popularity.
No, I think there's other qualities to entertainment. I mean, this wasn't popular the first time around, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, but you know what was? The Gunpla. The Gunpla was super popular. That's why it came back. Popularity saved it.
But this was still good regardless of how popular it was.
You know, people are going to love the mid-movie argument about how popular Gundam is. Char. You were built for Middle Eastern wars. Sorry, he just seems like any American general in the Middle East.
Yeah.
A little carpet bombing should do the trick. Is the Gaw flying sideways?
I don't know.
Because the bombs are coming out and then falling to the right. And you look at it from the back, and it's like...
Well, they would drift as the plane is moving out. The bombs will be left behind. So
yeah, but they shouldn't be drifting backwards. Not to the right.
Strong winds, I guess.
I guess so. How heavy is a bomb? I'm fine.
Say it as like,
I've been through this before.
yeah.
You guys have to, haven't matched my kill count yet.
I watched my brother murder a guy in a full armor suit.
Oh,
So
we're just combining this.
yeah. I mean, no, this was happening simultaneously. Yeah, this is when she gets dragged and her father.
No, this
also
was near
picks
the
her
end
up.
of the episode.
Yeah.
The other one was in the middle of the episode. This was near the end. So I wrote a very specific note about what would change if she had gotten on that. With the right hand, say to the face. See, I know the slap's coming because I remember.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at my memory, not that a woman gets slapped.
I don't know if jets have keys, but sure. Don't let them have the jets keys to the jet. I mean, a car, yeah, but
Well, I'm sure it has a key. You lock the front door.
I guess so.
まだです。どこだ。なぜ出てこない。連中も戦いのコツを飲み込んできているのさ。こうなったら地上に降りて見つけ出すしかない。まあ待て。そういうことなら。
If only we could have defeated them before they got used to
や
it.
ってくれるか。当たり前だろ。私は君の部下だ。今はそうだが、もともと君はドズル兄さんの直属だ。私だって。いつになく興奮しているようだが、女性のために功を焦るのは良くない。落ち着くんだ。任せる。私がイセリナのために焦っているだと。私は冷静だ。各効果自動バランス調整スタンバイ。シャー。木離りモビルスーツを発見したらすぐに知らせろ。ガウで仕留めてみせる。わざわざのお見送りには。
Not for nothing, but the Gaul wouldn't have taken them out either.
そのつもりだ。頼むよ。
I mean, they're pretty big. A ramming attack, I think, would have heavily damaged
no, I was
the
actually
white
going by
base.
the beam weapons. We've seen them get hit by the beam weapon before. It didn't do anything. I don't think getting rammed by the Gaul would do anything either. Not for nothing, but it's more of a mobile carrier, so it's kind of hollow in the inside.
Yeah.
You know, like your car getting hit by a flying bird.
よし、アムロ、聞こえるか？ザクをホワイトベースの前におびき出すんだ。
了解。
Two pedals and a clutch, I guess. Well, clutch would be a pedal.
So
I mean, it's like the first conversation we had before was about how he doesn't like specifically hate the Xeon soldiers. And sometimes feel bad for their death. Hope they didn't see me.
シャーだ。あれに当たるわけにはいかない。
モビルスーツめ、やるようになった。
Better get ready to say that a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah. Oh, he won't say it for a while. Oop, there goes the head.
Oh yeah, because he vanishes for a good part of the show.
After this, he gets banished, basically. Cecilia just...
Right, but I mean, even when he comes back, he just fucks off. Maybe the movie will show where he went.
我々をおびき出すつもりか。ということは、木馬は後ろというわけか。
Ah, well hidden.
なるほど、いい作戦だ。
Well, from the air, seemingly went with it, but not from the
I don't
ground.
know, because the dome was like fully cracked up the whole way, so.
戦機攻撃スタンバイ。
ブライト、敵の編隊が行くわ。
よし未来、位置に戻れ。攻撃をかける。
はい。
ガンタンク、ガンキャノン。
For some reason, new scene.
各銃撃手は照準合わせ。
Look at the gun tank and the gun cannon walking out. For some reason, newly animated.
Also, the takeoff as well.
4、3、2、1、撃てー。
Oops, you got distracted.
The guy died of shock.
後ろから攻撃を受けました。後ろだと？木馬です。木馬が後ろから。上昇だ。上昇しろ。無理です。
Sorry, it's the last Starfire moment, right?
Yeah.
What do? We die. It's such a badass moment in that movie. Everyone remembers it.
Yeah.
Garuma, 聞こえていたら君の生まれの不幸を呪うがいい。何?
Oh yeah, I realized we didn't even get the whole him fucking with the communication system thing either.
君はいい友人であったが、君の父上がいけないのだよ。
Then kill my dad. Leave me the fuck alone. Also, not for nothing, grab a fucking parachute. Like, what if you said all that shit and then he just like ejected and you like couldn't find him? Well, shit, I shouldn't.
Also, I remember that he sounded a little younger in Origins.
未来、上昇だ。上昇しろ。
I'd salute him on the way down, but we both know I'm going to be seeing later.
I think that's new. I don't remember.
I think that was there before. They may have reanimated it, but it was a scene of her doing Rainforest. It's just last thoughts.
Yeah.
This will also be the thing that Degwin never gets over either. As we saw right there at the end, he was still listening to Garma. He was the Shin of Mobile Suit Gundam.
よく伝えてくれた。うん、わかった。ありがとう。娘にそう伝えておこう。イセリナ。
Good news.
イセリナ、ガルマは戦死したそうだ。
Ironically, this area looks a whole hell of a lot like where they put the gravestone on Texas for Lucifer and Estrella. And like what Ramba remembers.
Oh, I guess we skipped. No.
Meanwhile, on the moon, or on the watchtower, or wherever you think we are in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, if this is the first 13 episodes, we're getting the speech.
Yeah.
And that was the first day in 8 months that he stood up. Look, I'm not one to make fact jokes, but man, that dude looks weird. But yeah, this is what Dozel coming to meet. I'm assuming Kycelia also had to come flying into.
Yeah, because he wants the entire family there.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the two that are off doing stuff, Gaicelia and Dozel. Girin stays home. Meanwhile, at the Hall
Evil
of Justice...
Palace. No, I think it's Evil Palace.
Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom...
Yeah, I like the Legion of Doom. Wow.
Look at him, happy to see his kids.
残念です。あのガルマが連邦軍のモビルスーツの前に倒れた。
兄貴、俺はまだ信じられん。今にもあいつが顔を出すんじゃないかと。過去を思ってみても戦いには勝てんぞ。
Never was said about Sasro.
しかし、あやつこそ俺さえも使いこなしてくれる将軍にもなろうと楽しみにしておったもの。ドズルの言う通りだ。だからだ、ギレン。静かに、丁重に。ガルマの冥福を祈ってやってくれまいか。
I just feel like Dagman's like, you guys don't know what I'm dealing with this guy. This guy is a real piece of shit. I got somebody I want to compare him to, but I don't want to say it out loud in this open room. Let me just tell you.
Wow, we skipped the whole Iselina goes and tries to get revenge and all that.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Wait, did we?
Yeah, because this happens when they... Yeah, this is more going to the McQueen territory.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're in the beach and it's like, oh yeah, we're taking a break.
Right, but I don't think McQueen shows up until Amro's desertion. That's not around here, though.
Yeah.
I think we're a ways off from... Okay, no, okay.
This is when he tries to go to
okay,
his
yeah,
house
so we did skip it. Huh. I don't know if that's better or worse. In the movie universe, that might imply that she's still alive. I mean, at the same time, I just kind of assume that everything that happens in the show still happens. She just dies and we don't see it. I'm gonna say that's worse. That was a really important part of the show. I was very emotional. The whole concept of the unknown death. Also, shitty wallpaper. Who do you think put the giant deer head on the wall? Tem or his mom?
Probably his Tem.
You feel like Tem is the hunter kind?
I don't. Well, she was against killing anybody, so I don't think
anybody, but kill. Anything. You think she's like got a dichotomy there? She's hunter, but doesn't want to hunt people.
Yeah.
They say it's real weird when they're choosing the layout. How many times will his mom kiss him in the movie version? We're trying to save time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say 5 times. 5 or 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, so close. 1 over. By Price is Right rules, I lose. Oh, that's right. It's Cam Lily's mom. The only people on my board without a face that I still put on the board.
If you're gonna attack somebody, push him down.
Please spend more time remembering.
何をよくも。
お金はこの通りお返ししますから言ってください。ひどい空襲があってね。
We'll never see that doll again.
コミリは死んだのか。娘だけじゃ
Wait,
ない。
Sammy?
主人も
Who the fuck is
Yeah.
Sammy?
生き残るなんて。
I think her full name was some because
No, in the show, it was Kamali. I have her on the board. This is Kamali's mom. She talks about how Kamali's dad is also dead.
お母さんなら避難民キャンプでボランティアやってるよ。
生きてるんですね。
ほら、教会があるの覚えてるかい？あの丘だよ。コミリーとよく遊びに行ったろう。
Yeah.
ありがとう
Who
ご
the
ざいます。
fuck is Sammy?
気をつ
Could be
けて
somebody
行くん
else.
だよ。
More than one person could have died in the air raid. Yes.
They never mentioned Sammy in the show.
はい。味方の識別信号を出していません。海上10キロこちらへ向かっています。
ホワイトベースを発進させましょうか。
いや、かえって発見させやすくするだけだ。
そうね。
ミディア輸送機と接触する頃だ。
Not for nothing, but White Base isn't like a stealth master either. On the ground.
準備完了。行きまーす。後ろからなんだ。遅いわ。
降下しろ。
逃がすか。
撃て撃て。
Also, not for nothing, but we also skipped all the old people. Hot Dog never got his time of day. Grandma or Grandpa? You guess.
I think it's Grandma. By
I
the
think it's
voice.
actually. I don't know. I hear that voice, and I think Grandpa.
Don't confuse the voice of the guy who's talking beside him.
I'm talking about the one on the right.
ここへ何しに来たか知らんが、すぐにあの戦闘機を隠して。
Okay, this is a different voice from the show.
いやいや、あの山の向こうにはジオンの前線基地があってな、一日一回見回りに来るんじゃよ。
Alright, Austin Powers jumps out the back. It's a man, baby. It's a man.
アムロ、アムロかい。アムロ。
Did not age a day.
母さん。アムロ。母さん。アムロ。
Sorry, you don't open your mouth at all. Well, no, I just shouted. I didn't see his mouth move at all.
Yeah. My darling boy.
Steals the jet.
Yeah. I hope that's a fake gun, because otherwise that kid's gonna lose his nuts.
あの戦闘機を。
そうでした。アムロ、早く隠してきなさい。話はそれからにしましょう。
Hide the evidence, Amuro.
He's got a real kissable face.
あんなサイドにもジオンの空襲があったの。じゃあ、父さん、わからない。
Ah, Mom, you're not with the times at all. It's not the Zeon.
Yeah. I think this is the only time they talk about his father, right? I don't remember the original. Because that's the whole running joke that we had that Amuro completely forgot about his father until.
Yeah, I think it was a lot later on that he brings up Tem for the first time.
Yeah.
Because it's something that happened to somebody else's family, and he's like, I wonder what happened to.
My dad.
NE203 ポイント。高度3500。
おわ、もらった。
That patented explode later Xeon technology.
オイルが漏れてるのか。ブライト、オイルタンクをやられたらしい。敵にはダメージを与えたが逃げられた。
何？確認できないのか？
ダメだ。これ以上は。
マーカー、敵機の脱出方向は計算できるか？
南西方面としかわかりませんが。
アムロの故郷の方向か。連絡するか？リュウ、帰還できるか？
I guess also implying something I never thought about before. Amuro's American.
Yeah.
I never thought about it before.
In fact, I think that's the thing about his name. Amuro was supposed to be like, doesn't supposed to mean anything. And actually, there's a place that is known as Amuro. That's an actual place.
You're not talking about Amarillo, are you?
No.
Amarillo is Texas, because that's where the design.
I know Amarillo,
design
but
company,
Amuro.
Amarillo
Amuro supposed to
the
be
people
like
that
an
make
island.
Starfleet battles are from Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah.
Do you like candy? Well, you weren't even given a name, so I don't even think in Gundam circles you have a fan club. I don't think that was in a wrapper. I think you just had chocolate in your pocket. No, because those things holding on to it by a little bit. Like, he says raw chocolate in his pocket. Oh, the best shot in all of Gundam. Should have known he was a new type by this.
Yeah, why Nitas were invented.
Also, why is he in a hospital bed when you're clearing out his ears? That's an ear thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's hurt in the ears. Backwards. Under a blanket. Head down.
But this time, the guy was
Mother in the way.
No, the guy was on top of him when he shot him.
She was still over top of him. You don't know. Like the difference between this and this can still get your mother shot.
That gotta be loud as hell if these are regular bullets, right?
All I was just thinking, is the gun outside the door where the loudness is outside, or is he standing too far in? Well, I'll probably kill them too. How do you think about that? I mean, to be fair, if they have kids, they're probably recruits in the academy, and I'll take care of that later. Don't love me? No, you don't exclamation point over me, apparently. To be fair, you are more concerned about other people's kids than me. Which seems odd. Yeah, my mom's a bitch.
Yeah. I was like, I defended myself, and you're telling me, because if she would talk about hitting someone else in that place, I would understand, right? You got to be careful with a gun or something. But then
you
this
didn't
is
raise
like,
me at all. How about that? How about the discussion about what happens to prisoners of war? How about that one? Would you rather me get captured, assuming they didn't shoot me to death?
And then you said you had shame of him? Yeah.
Like, what do the other soldiers do, by the way, when these guys come around?
I think the original discussion that these guys are being left behind.
No, I'm talking about, like, what do they do? Because the idea is that we can't have them soldiers in the town.
Yeah.
Do they just all hide in one house? Like, what do they do?
Fuck that branch.
See, it's symbolic about branches of the tree, of families.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you made that abundantly clear a couple episodes back, Amuro.
I think this is where he goes berserk.
Right, but when I was talking about Berserk before, I was talking about the one where he just, like, keeps clubbing a dead Zaku bubble suit that's on the ground. But that might be a McQueeve one. I can't remember. I thought that was a Garma attack. If it is, they let it out. I don't know why you would cut that, but then again, I don't know why they cut Islena.
I like this. It's a dogfight, and the music. The music is like, oh, rain. And he's like having a dogfight and blowing up a base.
I mean, 1979, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
海岸線に隠れるところがあると思っているホワイトベースが
I don't remember her. She didn't come and help Amuro during this. She wasn't around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we don't see the doll. I forgot.
男手で育てたからかしら。あんな子じゃ
Did he? Did he really?
虫も殺せなかった子が。
Well, if you wanted to be with him, you should have gone to space. Of course, he could have been dead too.
Yeah, they just added Matilda to all this. Obviously, she was in the other one, not this one.
Yeah.
むざむざ救援物資を。コアファイターに引き上げさせろ。回線を。
And this too. This is new.
Oh wow, he's attacking ambulances.
Well, he's also chasing them down the road. Before, it was just like all
Yeah.
at the base.
Yeah.
どうします？ホワイトベースの修理と民間人の収容は。
ポイントを北に200キロ移動させる。
Sorry, we're taking the civilians with us too?
のこのことよくもまあ。
That didn't happen before. So I guess in this way we're making Amuro not culpable for the attack. Because they're safe now, we're taking them with. Not here, I mean, Matilda is evacuating them.
Yeah.
あそこには仲間がいるんだ。
I dyed my hair green, do you like it?
Yeah.
お母様でいらっしゃいます。
アムロがお世話になっております。
我々こそアムロ君のおかげで命拾いをさせてもらい
He's killed a lot of people. I hope you appreciate it.
事実です。今日の彼の活躍も目覚ましいものでした。
Yes, he violated a couple of. Oh god.
You see that girl back there? She's basically been his mother all the whole time.
Yeah. She's a better mother than you ever been.
That's my new boyfriend.
これからも
Yeah.
お達者でお母さん。
Stay well. That's what I tell all my loved ones.
Yeah.
失礼いたします。
Live long and stay
お
well.
様をお預かりします。
By beating the crap out of him. We are going to take care of your son. By beating the crap out of him. He disobeys, he gets slapped.
If you want to know what our serious thoughts are, where we're not joking about this whole thing, go back to our original episode reaction to this, where it is very impactful, and we acknowledge that. It's just funnier in this moment.
Yeah. I mean, this was gut-wrenching, because we knew that, you know.
Well, because I had notes about this, about the fact that she kind of just abandoned Amuro as a child to not go with Tem. I mean, granted, there could be a relationship problem there, but if you care more about the kid, or as much as you seem to in this moment, arguably, you had responsibility there. Especially, Tem was never there to begin with. You wouldn't have had to deal with him. Not that I'm exactly sure what your problem with Tem is or was. Probably a lot less than it is now. Probably Tim's a lot easier to get along with now. Just make sure you have a lot of applesauce. You should be fine.
Damn. In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Yeah, it's those famous Brazilian jaguars. I don't think that one works as well as my original joke.
No, it doesn't.
It could actually be a famous Brazilian jaguar. This is what I was talking about before when I was talking about In the Woods when we met Matilda, because this is...
Yeah. This is when he's infatuated. Are we going to see the, what's her name? Frau in the coat scene again?
This should be this episode.
Yeah.
They showed this Frau making a face at him because of her, so I don't see why they wouldn't include that. Right. I remember bringing this up before. They never mentioned it by name or Odessa. Okay, we're not talking about espers anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's just new types. Which is weird. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, because they make fun of her later on because she's the one that talks about espers. And then they go on to talk about new types. Now she's talking about new types. J.G. Bright.
Junior grade.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw those as initials. Like JG
Yeah.
Wentworth.
Yeah.
877 cashing out, by the way.
君ブライト注意の言う通りよ。寝るのもパイロットの仕事のうちですよ。はい。
I want to throw this out
I
there.
am.
Matilda is not great looking.
Yeah. Oh, there's that area. She's waiting with a coat on.
I just mean from a perspective that it seems like everyone is like woman starved in this show.
Yeah.
You'd think that Matilda would be like supermodel or something. But it's like, no, they're surrounded by women. There's women in the crew.
She was waiting for some sexy times, you idiot.
No, because she's wearing an outfit underneath it.
Yeah, but a civilian outfit, not the regular, you know.
I don't think Fra was waiting for sexy times. I think that's a weird way to... Because I think they're both like 16 as well.
Trust me, I watched enough
Trust you what?
rom-coms.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, there you go. He's like heartbroken and everything.
Don't make me slap some food in you.
Take a sandwich and just bam.
I feel like it was a new scene. I don't remember that the first time around.
No.
Also, about the time I guess we discovered that they eat hamburgers all the fucking time.
And it's better than military MREs, I think. We don't get Doso-san. Doso-san is a separate.
It's a sea name, Doan's Island, like
Doan's Island, yeah.
Doan's Island or something.
Yeah, Doan's Island, yeah. Iron crosses, and I didn't realize also we're using Japanese flags.
I don't think we did
Japanese
before.
flags.
I think those are new.
Yeah. Yeah.
親の七光で将校だ元帥だなどと国民に笑われたくはありませんからね。
But you weren't.
お目にかかる日を楽しみにしております。
That's a very chunky.
Supreme Commander? Yep.
No, I mean tablet thing. You know.
Yeah, 1979. It's actually pretty small for what you think it might be.
閣下の気持ちをお察しいたしますが、皇王としてのお立場ゆえ、お役目だけは果たしていただかないと。
分かっておる。
Okay, so he's the king chess piece.
Okay, it's the echo because it sounds like they're going sa bi bi. Okay.
Oh, it's our ship. Oh, never mind. It's the
Rumble
same
Rumble.
model of ship. Yeah, it's the one that Char is on at the end, though. I mean, not this exact one. Oh, wow. Sorry, it's our guy from the bar. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Clamp.
Yeah.
Clamp.
Yeah.
そう急ぐなハモン。奴の地点は我々の基地からはかなりの距離だ。航続距離を計算に入れなければな。
このザンジバルなら問題はありませんが。
Yes, Zanzibar, yeah.
Is that the name of the ship or the model?
The ship.
Because that implies that Char gets the Zanzibar after they die.
No, but it's the model of ship. It's a Zanzibar.
That's why I just asked you, and you said it's the ship, not the model.
I thought it was like because I was thinking toy for some reason.
ただいまは大気圏に突入している途中です。ご無理は。
しかし手出しをせずに行き過ぎる男などお前は嫌いなはずだった。
If that was true, I wouldn't have hooked up with you.
Oh, they're flying at a very high altitude in that one. You be naked, I don't care.
I feel like this is what the Zex Marquis Wild Turkey shot is modeled after. There's a art shot of Sex Marquise like sitting on the floor like this. It's just without the book and stuff. It's just a bottle of wild turkey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
じゃあね、すぐ食器取りに来るわ。
Yes, Mom.
あ、食べなくちゃ。
Also, it does look exactly like the thing that Tem hands him.
Yeah.
Maybe Tem's not like what we think. Maybe Tem's
I mean,
fine.
I think it might be that it was so outdated already that it wouldn't work.
I don't remember these new flag banner things.
No.
Maybe this is a change for international release.
例のシャアはどうしました？
故郷にでも帰ったんだろう。なあ、どうする？
そう。
Look, I'm on the hook for him twice now. I look like a real idiot. Also, isn't that Charlie a bull?
I don't know.
Looks just like him, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. She had brown hair, now she has red hair. She got brown hair again.
I don't remember this.
No.
頭を押さえられています。右舷の雲の中に入ります。
And there was a battle between the two of them, but you
Yeah,
know.
but I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this, though.
Yeah.
ジオンの新兵器かしら。
I guess you don't need lightning in a side.
ガンダムが防いでくれるから。
I mean, what purpose would it use other than releasing charged particles in the air? I assume you can do.
Yeah.
以前に地球で見たことがある。大丈夫だ、ハモン。もっともこんなに間近で見ると恐ろしいものだ。
I mean, I would think the soldiers would have been like, oh yes, there's weather in on Earth, and that includes lightning, you know.
I mean, maybe they're not educated about it.
開いてください。
レーザーセンサー、地形読み取り開始。あそこだ。包囲、侵入角確認。やれるか未来。
Well, let's see some like mathematician reacting to
The
this. Just like,
equation.
why are they flashing in a random equation? It didn't mean anything to this.
Yeah. And in showing that women can drive, she will always have the scene where they crash against something.
ガンダム、ガンキャノン、ガンタンク、出撃用意。対空砲火開け。アムロー。まさかと思ったが、まだこんなところに。おい、アムロ。
Yeah, the infamous.
Have you ever seen the movie TV Dead? So, have you ever seen the movie TV Dead?
No.
Zombies that come out of the static on your TV. And they drag you back in and you become one of the zombies that then crawl out. I mean, clearly we do.
Oh, no, he didn't.
間違いないのか。あ、はい。磁気反応が強すぎます。発光信号 FW だ。
I feel like there's a superhero show that we're like, look at that guy. Didn't he like, isn't there a superhero show where they wear masks just like that?
Yeah.
Falcon something?
The Blue Falcon?
I don't know what it is. And it's gonna eat up with me for another 5 minutes.
手法開け。ガンダム、ガンキャノン、発進用意。めくら打ちでいい。ミサイル発射だ。 あれが噂の木馬か。データを収集しろよ。
It has missiles. It's white, blue, and red. What else?
指揮官らしく収まっているあなたより、こうやって出撃なさる時のあなたを見る方が好きだわ。
私もそうだ。この方が似合ってると思う。では。
I missed too many core days, baby. I gotta go back and fight.
Depending on camera angle, I've got the same body type as Ryu.
我々が地球で戦うのは初めてだ。敵のモビルスーツが出てきても深追いはするな。ハモン、行ってくる。
戦果を期待します。
And the thing is that she said jamon.
So,
Ham in Spanish is jamon. So it sounded to me like you were calling her a ham.
No, so nobody got on Hamon about having to wear a uniform, apparently.
No.
申し訳ありません。我々はこれ以上現在地に対空するわけにはいきません。
ご苦労でした。基地を向かいなさい。すぐ追いかけましょう。
She was too stylish for people to mess with, I guess.
どういうこと？コムサイは離れていくわ。
こっちにも勝ち目は出てきた。ガンダム、ガンキャノン、どうした？
ブライト。
なんだ？
アムロが新米の兵隊のよくかかる病気になっているんだ。
なんだと？
New recruit burnout. Shell shock.
Yeah. No, I think it's...
アムロ、いつぞ発進だ。
That's a very roomy cockpit right there.
発進するぞ。いいな。
We're gonna send you even if you're unconscious.
It's a learning machine. It can walk forwards and shoot.
いいですよ。発信でしょ。
構わん。セーラ、ガンダムを発進させろ。
了解。アムロ、しっかりしなさい。
Yeah, I mean, I guess the high G's of launch don't give you any choice. You wake up or you don't.
Yeah.
What them? It's the first time you've met him.
リュウ、カイ、アムロ援護しろ。よ
し、行くぞ。砲撃をやめてくれ。
Stop giving me support fire?
No, but he's gonna jump. He doesn't want to get hit.
Well, then don't jump right into the gunfire. I still think this is the most superior mobile suit we've seen on the Xeon side.
Yeah.
So I also think the whip has a lot of non-combat functionality as well. There's something floating away in space, whip back, you know?
あれもモビルスーツか。ハイド、急げ。援護射撃をしてやってくれ。アムロが心配だ。
Also is one of the rare non-beam weapons that hurts the Gundam armor.
Gundam.
やってやるぞ。新型のモビルスーツがなんだ。
アムロ、うかつに近づくな。やつの武器は。
With a thing that I've seen once. I guess this is our first use of mobile suit martial arts, movie-wise.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
It does seem like the Zanzibar is the most effective ship type.
Mobile suit, yeah.
No, the Zanzibar, as you know, is not a mobile suit. I mean, of all the ship types, it's the least destroyed, because we've only seen like 2 of them. It has the most kills under its belt. Epilepsy, like I said.
Yeah.
Turns out all alien encounters in history were Zanzibars. Seriously though, what the fuck are we doing?
Retreating, I guess.
What is the point of this? I take it back, Lala didn't invent the multiverse, the Zanzibar did.
Yeah. No shit.
Sorry, just change that scene to him foaming at the mouth. Like, what the fuck happened?
Oh,
No.
this is new. This is new because
It's only the beginning.
Because he doesn't-
so much
he-
better
he
in
doesn't-
English.
he doesn't hear this.
Yeah, he
while
does. He's on the
in-
bridge.
He's on the bridge, not
Well,
on
he is
the
right now.
Yeah, but the speech didn't start when he was in the mobile suit.
Because Garen knows how to give a speech. He has 2 good speeches in the series. What do you want? Also, I don't appreciate the translation, because in English it sounds better because the words are better. Why?
Damn, Char.
マスター、それは私におごらせてもらおう。いいかね。親衛隊のものだな。わかりますか。匂いだな。シリアの手のもの。
I could sense
さ
it.
すがですな、少佐。
アムロ、大丈夫？
心配かけたようだね。大丈夫だよ。
頑張ってね。
ありがとう。
Last time he considers your emotions.
この悲しみも怒りも忘れてはならない。それをガルマは死をもって我々に示してくれた。我々は今この怒りを結集し、連邦軍に叩きつけて初めて真の勝利を得ることができる。この勝利こそ戦死者すべてへの最大の難関。
They changed part of the speech.
国民よ、悲しみを怒りに変えて。
Yeah, take your sorrow and turn it into anger, as some of us may have known. The thirst for the strength of its people. Yes, that's right. Sieg Siar. You slew your people, I'll sieg mine.
Job, John.
See, your problem here, Lessons, is you zagged when you should have zigged.
ザビ家の独裁を目論む男が何を言うのか。
独裁。
Well, that explains why he believes that the Sabis are the real problem.
Yeah, if only he had thought that in the past.
That's new.
The problem with living in a dictatorship is it requires massive upper body strength. Hey, if you ever seen this on repeat, they do it for like an hour.
Yeah, I think this is all new. I don't remember them flying through the clouds like this.
Sorry, remembering a different theme song. G Gundam. G Gundam one flies, yeah. Sorry, you're saying flying through the clouds. It's part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, okay.
hey, you remember Luna 2? We started the movie nearish there. Wonder what happened to
And then-
Joaquin. Think you're still in charge? Rain, 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 rain. Sorry, when you can't hear the tune like I can, all I've got are the lyrics. Rain, 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 rain.
Oh, that looked like a tree. Like,
Nah, it's Zaku head.
is it? Yeah.
That was very clearly a Zaku head, not a tree.
Yeah.
You got a weird shrubbery.
Rubbery or memory?
I said shrubbery. SHRUBERY. Shrubbery. As in, bring me a shrubbery.
Why would I have a strange shrubbery?
If it looks like a Zaku head.
That's
Shrubbery can be bushes, trees.
I know.
Yeah,
When you say
well,
I have.
Because you had real questions about whether that Zaku head was a tree that you went back on twice. So you've got weird shrubbery if you can't tell the difference.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so confused about this. Equally as confused about why you're confused about this as you are about the tree. I'm sorry, Zaku head.
Oh my god, it's gonna go on and on.
Well, it is because you keep bringing it up for some reason. With your, yeah, okay. What other mysteries should we solve? Lessons?
No, God, no.
Alright, then deal with your shrubbery problems.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is just the same shot from the beginning, but we're doing it slower to accommodate for all the credits.
And the music, I guess.
Also, there was a dot moving in there.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah. A ship, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I mean, if this was the original animation, it would just be those weird lines of we're moving a frame across another frame, and that frame had a little speck on it, so speck moves with.
Yeah.
Which is bad if you're, like, looking for details, like I was. Like, I thought, oh, maybe that guy didn't die. Maybe they're dragging him along with them. Oh, no, just a speck on the frame, apparently.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure we're repeating, because I think this is the same line.
Yeah. The Milky Way, I guess. That was it.
No next time on.
No. It's a movie.
No, I legit thought there would be a next time on to get you hyped for the next movie, because obviously they're working with a preset amount of material.
Yeah. But there you go.
I have to say, I think I prefer the show.
Yeah?
And I don't understand why people would say the movie is better. I mean, from the standpoint of you shouldn't watch the show, watch the movie. Because I've gotten those comments before. I've seen those comments. I don't understand that.
I don't know. The movie is, compared to what I saw of Seed, this is much better. Because he can actually follow what's going on. And yes, they did caught the whole Iselina thing.
Oh, I will agree with you that this is much better than the Seed movie. Apparently, whatever lessons they learned in movie making, they threw out the window.
Yeah.
Because the Seed movie was
20th
like almost...
century, we don't do that anymore.
Well, the Seed movie is almost incomprehensible. Like, I knew what was happening because I'd seen it, but they're like throwing shit out at super speed. I feel like they had no editor on the Seed movie, and they were just like, let's put as much in there as possible. Whereas this, they were clearly willing to cut stuff out, but I think that's also why I think the show is better. Iselina stuff, while it wasn't super important, was a good show moment, right? Like, is it important to the overall thing? No, but they did cut out other stuff, which was great, like the time episode. Like, fuck that thing. That was the worst episode of the entire goddamn show.
I think they want to consider the highlights because they didn't want to do the thing that they do 3 times over. Like, we're gonna do the same thing. If you're gonna,
I get that because the 3 times thing was the thing I kept bringing up, but the Iselina one was one of the best ones. Like, they cut out the best version for what? Also, when it comes to the Iselina story, whatever kind of narrative that is, I don't think you can cut that out because it's important. It's not important. I know I've already said it's not important to the overall narrative, but in its own contextualization, it's important. Like, why show us Iselina at all, if that's the case?
I guess Iselina becomes the reason why Garma is doing what he's doing.
No, that's not, because Garma doesn't want to look stupid in front of his family. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to leave unless this happens. Otherwise, he would just leave then. You don't need the idea that Garma might leave for Iselina if you don't have Iselina. Otherwise, Garma will just go do the thing. Literally, there's no point in having Iselina there if you're not going to continue her story. I think the only reason they have Iselina there at all is because they animated Iselina already.
Well, I think Iselina also, if you haven't watched Origins, because this came out in the 1980s, it humanizes Garma in a way that otherwise wouldn't be. Because like he's doing the whole, hair twirly thing, and I'm gonna get the, I'm doing this for glory, and my family. But the fact that he's in love with her and he wants to leave Zeon if it doesn't work for him, right? He's willing to make that promise and wants to marry her. Kind of, it's like, oh yeah, he's more than just some guy who is the bad guy of the week or whatever.
I think you say he's more than meets the eye. I've watched the Gundam versus Transformers death battle a couple of times recently. I don't know. I think you can get away with not doing that though. Honestly, I think it's his death that humanizes him the most. If you haven't seen Origin, because it's the way that his father regards him, the way the family comes together to regard him, the way that he's publicly loved. There's an element of all that does more to humanize him than he ever could on screen.
Yeah. But overall, I think it's a pretty good movie. It hits the highlights. The new animation, yeah, you can tell the new animation, but it doesn't detract from the rest of the stuff. Like, oh my god.
It is if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the new animation is very watercolors. So what I want to use the word, because I can't think of how to describe it. It's very smooth, but way too smooth to fit in with the other stuff.
Yeah, because you could tell that they were acting in a budget. Well, two things. First of all, it's a 1980s animation, so the style is different. Not too different, but different enough to be like, oh, I can tell. And two, like that, this is where the budget went to, right? The budget went to make the new, sequences, and you can tell that it's sharper and looks more cleaner than the rest. Because 1970s has sort of the lens, not obligatory. It's just like old movies had the sort of the softness to their, the way they were captured in film. And the newer one, even though it's still old for our standards, in the 1980s, it's kind of like sharpness to it that, they try to make it a more high fidelity. And so you can tell the difference.
I'd still say watch the show over the movie.
Yeah, of course.
I would say the only time I'd recommend watching the movie over the show is like if you're having like a book club, like an anime review club, and you got like a couple of days left and you didn't watch the show, and it's like, shit, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
At least this will give you what you need to get into there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I feel like the slower pacing of the show might be its detractor. The elements of the show that are bad, like the Time Enough is the good one. The Time episode's the one I can't remember the name of.
Yeah,
the one about the bomb placement shit. There's a number of episodes that are like that, which are like, what is this even doing here? But it's only in this section of the show. I still say I'd watch the show more. Again, not including Islena is a big hit for me, because I really liked the Islena episode, and this was...
I like what they did with Joaquin, because Joaquin comes up first for being a jerk in the original, and then he's supposed to be respected by Bright. And here you show why he might be respected by him, and why his death later on counts. Like, oh my god, they killed him. Like, he literally was somebody who cared, right?
They changed the personalization. I have to disagree with you on that one, then, because they do change him, and I don't think that's deserved. He's an ass the first time we meet him, and then it feels like later on, when it's like he's like, oh, I respect you now, that sort of thing. That has to be earned by the trials and tribulations that they go through. Now it's just this thing. He's not an ass. He sends them on their way and whatever. You're changing the character, and I don't feel like that's necessary for anything.
Overall, I like this movie so far. Really enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, I enjoy Mobile Suit Gundam, so of course I'm going to enjoy the movie.
I mean, they could have ruined the stuff. They could have made a bad movie, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. They could have inverted everything. They could have included all the stuff they cut out.
Yeah.
And, man, can't believe they spent 24 minutes of this movie on defusing a bomb.
Something like that, right? So, yeah, it could have gone very badly.
Yeah, overall, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I mean, overall, they made the right decisions, but, I mean... They cut out Big John. I think I called him Hot Dog. There's another character called Hot Dog. They cut out Big John, which is good Zeon soldier, saves or helps out a civilian woman in need, and shows.
But they also cut out the whole thing of Char gunning down the civilians as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't need one for the other, right? Char gunning down the civilians isn't the proof that all Zeon soldiers are bad. And then Big John comes around and is like, oh no, not all of them. It's just that was a really good thing, but I guess you had to cut out all of the people wanting to get off White Base. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any room to include this one small bit. But then again, they don't really explain, because see, cutting out the Joaquin stuff, he also says, no, we're not going to take them on Luna 2. And then they just fucking vanish. So it's like, where did they go?
No, because they later on say that, what's her name? Matilda takes them.
No. Matilda takes the people from the town. That's the weird bit, is that they changed it up to add Matilda coming into the town and taking the townspeople. So now it's no longer a concern that, Amuro fucked everything up and now there's going to be a crackback. Matilda comes and rescues all of those people. The old people and the kids and everybody on the white base, they vanish before we ever get to the town.
Yeah.
So I said it would just been easier, especially if you're changing shit up. Like they animated the whole Joaquin scene, which is all new. Just have them say, yeah, okay, we'll take him. Boom, you've solved the whole problem.
Yeah, but then why would then you have to also cut the fact that the 3 kids are there as well? I mean, they don't contribute a lot to the story, but
I mean, you don't have to cut it. You could also just again, we're animating new shit. Just they stowed away. Just a 5-second scene of them peering out of a closet door or something.
Yeah,
which would also be entirely them. True. Doesn't even defeat their characterization at all.
Yeah, they would too. They would totally do that. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, my take is solid, pretty solid. Do watch the series, which is available in many places, including Crunchyroll. We don't get sponsored by them though. Just to let you know where you can get it.
I don't know if I take it to Crunchyroll sponsorship. You're the one that watches it, so I don't know.
I mean, it's a streaming service. I mean, every content creator has to decide whether or not they want to take sponsorships and what level of sponsorship they want to do.
Well, I would only obviously take sponsorships from things that I use. And I don't use a whole lot of stuff. But it's also that Crunchyroll. I stopped using Crunchyroll a long time ago because they do weird censorship things. Like if you've ever been watching something on Crunchyroll and for some reason it's like a big old white splotch going across the screen.
Yeah.
That's how they like to do their censorship. You might not be watching the full thing that you normally would be watching. I didn't know that for a long time. And then I was like, wait, what? Finding out that I'm watching something that's being censored, by the way, for no good reason. There's nothing on screen that needs to be censored. I think it was violence. I was like, huh? Yeah, it's that's a big part of the show. It's what? I've been missing stuff this whole time?
My experience hasn't been, at least with Gundam, hasn't been that way. They'd be pretty graphic on the violence. They haven't changed any of that. So
I don't know. I might.
But then again,
I might sooner take a sponsorship from something High Dive or something.
Yeah.
I used to watch anime on there when they were connected to VRV. Was that what that was called?
So I'm not really sure.
There was a website where all of the anime, the legal anime places to watch, all got together, so you'd have one subscription to that place, and then you automatically got subscriptions to all the other places. So if you were on, I think it was VRV. If you were subscribed to VRV, you automatically had a Crunchyroll subscription as well, so you could watch Crunchyroll stuff. But they would all be on the VRV website. So that was pretty neat. And then I think Crunchyroll got bought by Funimation, right?
Yeah.
And then Crunchyroll pulled from VRV, and they kept all their So that was the downfall of VRV.
Well, anyway, that was the first 13 episodes compressed into a single movie. We'll be watching more of them over the period over the holidays, but when you watch it, it will not be the holidays. So
I know technically. Sorry, you're saying over the holidays. Well, the holidays are just this week, really. So we'll be watching them over the next couple of weeks. I don't know if you consider my birthday a holiday, then maybe. But
holiday of one, I guess.
Yeah. But otherwise, and then after that, we will be continuing the Universal Century watch through with the rest of the 1 Year War. I believe we've already stated before we're going to keep on with that guy's name that neither you nor I can ever recall how to say. Doan's is his second name. Well, Doan's is possessive.
Island, yeah.
Well, I say it's possessive. His last name is Doan, but we say Doan's because it's part of the name of the thing. Yeah, we'll be watching the movie version of the thing everyone decides to cut out because it was really horribly done by the cheapest of Korean animation studios. I think it's probably also the same company that did the bad arc of Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, the island arc. Ironic. An island in an island arc.
They have problems with islands. Anyway. That's it, folks.
Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?